21321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The home of USC football, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
I'm not joking around, George. I'm sitting at 6:30 a.m. this morning. I have my feet in my electric foot massager, and I'm watching that video. What?
This song definitely gives it a different...
What's an electric foot massager?
You know,
you put your feet in it?
Yeah, you know, it's like one of those little foot massager thingies. You know what I mean? Like you put both feet in it, and they kind of rub the balls of your feet. You know what I mean?
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
But Cappy was apparently under the weather. So didn't come back to LA Live, said he went to South. Was it really that he was under the weather, or was somebody saying, Scott, you better get home?
I would suggest, I have a famous saying, Cappy, as you know.
Let me hear it.
That two things can be true at once.
Right,
you know?
right. In this particular case, the two things could be true at once.
You better get your ass home, Scott.
You give up your Sunday, you get your ass home.
I saw you eating food with that fatty.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the widow on the radio.
Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit boy.
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time. So,
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
yeah.
7:02 and 20 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Hey, check it out.
No big boy again.
Whoa.
It's Berglandia today.
Coming in strong.
Big boy.
What's up, guys?
Oh, my
What's up?
goodness.
Why are you so surprised that Greg did it?
It's usually Lindsay. She said, Greg, you do it. So, okay.
Yeah, I figured
Down in Bergmania today. Yeah.
Down in Bergmania.
I missed that.
like
Let's
it.
do it.
That was a good bit.
Bergmania's back.
I like that one.
Back, baby.
The kind of surprise for me was not that Chris isn't here. I talked to him yesterday, and I said, Big boy, listen to me.
Did you
Last
say
week-
big boy or bit boy?
Big boy. I may have replaced the T with the G. I said, look, man. Looky here, man.
Or did you say, hey, man?
Hey, man. Last week at this time, it was a year. We're talking about a year later after his near-death experience. A year after the fact, George, I'm saying to Chris, I'm going, brother, your body is telling you something. Your body is telling you that you got out of the hospital after the seizures and after all the heart problems. And you know what? Your body is saying to you, hey, we need to relax a little bit.
My body is telling me, yeah. Like that R. Kelly song?
I don't think I got that one. I got it.
No, but I like it. But I like it. I just had to tell him, George. I just had to tell him, your body is telling you. Your body is sending you a message. It's time to just chill. Your body needs the break.
Agreed.
So I told him to chill out, man. Take the week off. Relax. Calm down.
The show
People
will be
forget.
fun.
And then the thing is that when Bergie hit the, it's 7:02 in the morning, I have been liking Lindsay's voice. You ever been to a baseball game like in San Francisco and the PA announcer is a female voice, but you're accustomed to hearing a male voice, and you're like, that's very nice. I like the female voice.
Well, yesterday was the first day that I decided to use my own voice instead of my mimicking Christopher as a joke voice. So, I don't know. I didn't get any feedback on that, so I just figured, whatever.
No, I liked it.
Whatever.
I really did. I liked it. Isn't Eminem's front? Isn't Eminem's front? It's a put on. Yeah. Yeah.
George, how's the Big Apple?
Big Apple was great yesterday. It was like 60 degrees, cloudy and like a little windy, so it wasn't like warm, but it was nice. Like I went around the city. I went to the public library. They had the New York Public Library had a bunch of cool exhibits, including a exhibit about Puerto Rican comics, and like not as in comedians, as in like actual comic strips, including the guy who did the most recent Spider-Man, animated Spider-Man, who is Puerto Rican. So saw that. They still had their Black History Month exhibit up, which I took part in and watched for a little bit. It was I just I had a little bit of time in the afternoon, so I decided to walk over there and check out some stuff.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that it was 60 degrees yesterday in New York City?
Well, it was 60 degrees, but it wasn't warm.
Okay,
like it was it was like overcast and like not and windy and not. So like it's not like going to Central Park was going to be like this great experience, and like you're hanging out in the sun and. So I said, you know what? New York Public Library is right down the street. I'm going to go check it out. I haven't been there in a while.
I'm only surprised to hear. I didn't check the weather in New York City yesterday, but I just saw what SGA was wearing at the game yesterday. Yeah. And based on that lion that he had wrapped around his shoulders, I thought to myself, my God, the snowstorms and the ice storms and the freezing temperatures must continue on in New York City because my brother brought out a lion and then just wrapped himself in it. Because that was... Let me tell you, that was a good look. I like that look.
Well, it was like it's like King Jaffe Joffer, you know what I'm saying,
right.
From the original Coming to America.
Yes.
James Earl Jones, may he rest in peace.
I thought he kind of looked like Winnie the Pooh.
That's funny. But well, as you know, Cap, it does get pretty cold pretty quick once the sun goes down. Right. So there is that. But yeah, that was a hell of a game last night that I was a part of.
That was a fun game to watch, and it was. What's great about that game last night is it started at 4 o'clock local time. Now I know a lot of our listeners are still working or still got themselves caught up in traffic at that time of the day.
Right.
But for me, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that is a pleasure, especially considering that the Lakers, this is on Tuesday night, played at 7:30. And I was standing there before the game courtside, and I was talking to all the security people. And I'm like, hey, guys, come on, let's go. Let's get the show on the road here. You know what I mean? 7:30 is a little bit late. Yeah. And this one lady that I was talking to, she's like, yeah, I know. I got to get up tomorrow morning early and get to work. I'm like, what do you do? And she works in the cafeteria of a school, and they feed the kids breakfast early in the morning. And she's like, 7:30 start time is a little too late for me, Yeah. She wants a 6 o'clock start time, but a 4 o'clock start time for a big-time game like last night, pretty good. Although tonight, Lakers-Denver, 7 o'clock. So that'll work for me, too.
That'll work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Work fine.
Nice.
7 o'clock's a good time.
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, I come away more and more impressed from the Thunder, and I know that people will say, "Oh, you glazed them last year," and this, that, and the other. Well, I was kind of right on them, and I feel like this time, if they're healthy, and if it's a big question, right? Because Jalen Williams has been in and out of the lineup. Although Jalen Williams gave me crap after I had mentioned in my last question to Shea about him being in street clothes. It's like, yo, why'd I take a stray like that, bro? And I'm like, I'm not giving you a stray. I just wanted people to see your fit, bro. Like you're looking good. But if they're healthy, Cappy, I almost feel like, if you think about it, their misfortune with injuries, they have missed, I believe it's the second most games due to injury this year to rotation players, okay? Only Memphis has missed more. But they have, in those games, any normal team would have.
This touch screen's my bad.
Hey, no, it's okay. It's okay. You know what Briones was doing there, George?
What's that?
He was celebrating the fact that in our group chat last night, I was hyping up Purdue, who was beating Northwestern last night. Right.
Well, Purdue had lost 6 of their last 11, Cappy, after starting 17-1. So it was kind of a tumultuous time for the Boilermakers.
You're talking to Cappy Lenardi here. You think
no, I know. I know you know this. Right. I know you know.
I mean, C.J. Cox last night for the Boilermakers was absolutely en fuego. So
I mean, I love this bit. I know Bergman is a big fan of the bit.
Huge fan. I love it.
I mean, of you just watching sports. Like, it's really great, honestly.
I loved you shouting out the Chinese Taipei. Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
big inning for Chinese Taipei.
Hey, Chinese Taipei last night they were in a real barn burner against Australia. You know,
they were
in WBC action.
Yeah. So real quick, Cappy, just to finish my thought, I'm more bullish on them if they're healthy because they were able to tread water without the MVP for 9 games or whatever it was, and their second best player in Jalen Williams, and he's missed 30-something games this season. Like, think about that for a second. And, you know, you've seen the evolution of Chet Holmgren. He's become an even better offensive player this year. Because think about it, that kid missed – in his first 2 seasons, he missed 82 games because of injuries. The broken hip. Remember, he started with an injury his first season. So it was actually his first 3 seasons. And he's become a force, both offensively and defensively. I think he's second or third in opponents' field goal percentage against. I think it's Wemby and somebody else I forget, and then him. He's been fantastic. And then all these other guys that you don't know of, right? Like, all these guys, they're so deep. They have all these guys they've drafted that barely used to play, right? That got a chance to get run here over the last, I don't know, whatever it's been, couple months as guys have been in and out of the lineup. And those guys have stepped up in a big way. Like, it's crazy how good a job Sam Presti has done drafting, adding guys, even a guy like Jared McCain they traded for from from Philadelphia. And he's been a contributor right away offensively. But it's just amazing to me how good they are. And
I think the Russians are getting George. I do believe Georgie. I know
they're back.
Yeah.
They got him. They got him.
Look at the face. I know that face. You know what that face? You know what
that
that face says
face.
to me? I know that face because I make that face all the time. That face is a guy who goes, gosh darn the technology. There's nothing I can do about it, and it irritates it. Like, I'll give you guys an example. Yesterday on the Cappy Cast, I just so barely grazed my microphone, and the wire, just gets touched, and next thing you know, I'm on the wrong microphone, and it just irritates the hell out of me. Anyway, so we lost Georgie for a second, but I can see him. I can say, look how cute he is.
He's looking. I can see his face.
Georgie,
smiling,
I can
though.
see you, by the way. You look great,
smiling.
man. And yesterday I was impressed. You had a little beard going. You got a nice fresh shave. Just in time for the broadcast.
He can't hear you right now, but he can see your mouth
well,
talking.
He's cute, though. He looks great.
He does.
The one thing,
he looks wonderful.
Bergie, were you watching this game yesterday, this Oklahoma City, New York Knicks game that George was on the broadcast? Were you watching this game?
I am not going to lie and say no.
I watched it, and you know what? SGA, as much as George wants to glaze him,
thank you for letting me share in your aura.
He's still the foul baiter that he's always been.
Yeah,
and I don't like it.
That's just basketball at this point.
No, but it's so annoying because it's like.
Does Austin Reeves bother you?
No, but I.
He does the same things.
Yeah, but I don't think he makes it it's not as egregious.
It's pretty egregious. I think LeBron does it. Luka does it.
No. Not like SGA.
But what is wrong with trying to get to the free throw line?
There's nothing wrong with it because obviously it works for them and it's been successful. I just feel like, to me, it's just like, oh, God, do we have to watch free throws? Like, I don't know. I just want more action in the game.
Now that's a different story. See, to me, a game that has an insane amount of free throws. I don't remember what game earlier this season the Lakers were playing, and there were 40, 50 free throw attempts, whatever the number was. And I was like, come on, guys, honestly.
Takes forever.
This is not what we came here to see. A bunch of guys, whistling dudes, and then the next thing you know, this guy's at the free throw line, and there's no flow to the game. It's not exciting. It's not fun. I get it. I do. But it's kind of like the complaint that you would have if you say, hey, this is my favorite football team. Like, Bergie, here's an example. You ready?
Yeah.
If UCLA wins every single game next year, right? But they have very low passing yardage, but they got really high running yardage, and they play really good defense. People go, you know what? This is so boring. And then another group of people go, yeah, but they're winning. Yeah, but it's boring.
Right.
Well, do you want them to win, or do you want it to be exciting and lose?
Yeah, 13-7 games. Oh, it's so boring. Yeah, but they're going to the national championship because they win every game 13-7. It doesn't matter. So, Lindsay, I get why you say that. James Harden's one of those guys that is a very frustrating watch also. But what SGA does is he gets his guy off balance and makes it so that he is in a position to foul him. It's just part of the game at this point. Sedano is back.
Yeah, listen, I think anyone who doesn't marvel at what Shea does is, like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's part of the game. Like, Michael Jordan did it. Kobe Bryant did it. Anybody who's good at basketball gets to the free throw line a lot. It doesn't matter who you are, especially as a perimeter player. So, and by the way, he shot 8 yesterday. He averages 9. It's actually less than what he normally goes to the free throw line. Hell, there's been years he averaged 10 or 11. So, and James Harden, to your point, historically was a guy who went to the free throw line even more. I just think that stuff is nonsense. Like, I will say this, if anything, the one area where I think if you watched that game yesterday, remember, he got 2 quick fouls early in that game. And, that was on him because he made the mistakes to reach in. And then there was a non-call, or maybe it was even a charge, or a block they called on Jalen Brunson that should have been his 3rd foul when he came back in the second quarter. Now that, if you want to give him grief, the ref's grief over that, I'll give you that. But he pretty much earns the free throws in those scenarios.
I mean, let me ask you guys a question. Let me just ask this. You ready? Because I'm. Whoa.
You can keep going. Finish your point.
No. When they blow that whistle, I pull my car into Valvoline.
Yeah,
I know it's time to go.
That's right, Cappy, because it's 7:15, and you know what you could have done since the Sedano Kap morning show started today? You could have gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for a location near you.
Bergie, I don't think you understand what's happening when you're standing there at Valvoline. You're sitting in your car. You're waiting to go into the bay. The bays are filled. They're working on somebody else's car. When the car pulls out in front of you and the bell rings, you go, man. You go.
It's time to go. Yeah, but the bell is just there for you. Like, finish your thought.
Well, here's my thought, George, and I'll ask everybody this question. Yeah. What do you find more annoying? Do you find SGA foul baiting? Is that the phrase? Is that how you?
That's what they call it.
Okay, that's what people call it. And by the way, I'm watching. I mean, every show this morning that I've watched, from First Take is having this conversation. Get Up is having this conversation. All the ESPN basketball, or I'll call them morning shows, talking hoops, are all talking about the same thing. Because Mike Brown, the coach of the Knicks, afterwards was like, "Yeah,
he made a comment."
Yeah,
you want to hear it real quick?
Yeah, let's hear what Mike Brown said.
SGA he's a tough cover, and he does a great job of convincing the referees, probably better than anybody in the league, that he's getting hit.
I mean, I just would ask this question: Jalen Brunson was at the free throw line last night 6 times.
Right.
SGA was
one less time than SGA.
Right. SGA's at the free throw line last night 7 times. So here's my question for you: what is more annoying? SGA, and I'll put this in quotes, foul baiting, or Luka chronically complaining?
Luka.
I mean, for all the talk about how annoying it is that SGA is constantly trying to get himself to the free throw line, he shot 7 free throws last night. Like, I don't understand. I wake up in the morning, I watched the game last night, and George, I will grant you this. You ready? I wasn't sitting there watching zoned in, locked in, and it was the only thing going on in my life. I was screening it, man. I told you I had on some college basketball. I'm still watching every
Chinese
news
Taipei.
channel. Chinese Taipei is an important part of my life all of a sudden. So I'm not, like, locked in. But when I wake up the next morning and all anybody's doing is complaining about SGA trying to get to the free throw line, I don't necessarily understand that this is the headline story of the day. Is it really that big of a deal?
Yes, I guess. Like, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, let me tell you something. He's 27 years old. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many free throws a game Kobe Bryant averaged at 27 years old?
I will guess 8.
I'll guess double digits.
10, correct. He averaged 10.
Greg.
By the way, 3 straight years of 10. 26, 27, 28 years old. Okay? Like, that's what great players do. They get to the line. Like, that's the sport. Okay? That's part of the sport. I'm sure if I looked up Michael Jordan, it would be similar.
Well, how many free throws does Luka average per game? Does anybody know that off the top of their head?
I could look it up right now.
You do that, I'll do Jordan, and we'll come back together.
Okay. And by the way, Bergie, when you're done with Jordan, you know who else you should do? Look at Allen Iverson, because I was a big Allen Iverson fan, and Allen Iverson was a guy who
Luka's averaging 10.4 this year.
So
wow.
Jordan, for his career, was 8.2, but he had multiple years. He had 2 years of 11.9, 10.5, 9.8, 9.1.
What was he doing at 27, 28 years old?
So 27, 28 years old, he was getting 8.2 and 7.4.
Okay.
Okay.
So not much less than SGA.
Right.
When was he averaging the double digits?
He was, when he was 11.9, it was 23 and 24.
Oh, when he was younger?
Yeah, when he was younger, he was getting a ton more. So from 23,
as he got older,
25,
he started shooting more jumpers.
Right.
But, I mean, I wake up this morning, and all the morning shows are talking about SGA is a foul baiter.
It's the combination of his outfit and what Mike Brown said. That's why.
Well, I'll tell you, as Mike Greenberg.
Well, he's also the reigning MVP. I think that has to
They were also playing on national TV last night in New York City in Madison Square Garden. I mean, I get it.
In a game that came down to the last shot.
Right. But, I watched Mike Greenberg this morning on Get Up, and he was going to a break, and his tease was, the Lakers are winning, but Luka is crying. What's going on in Hollywood? As we, and it's like, this is the storyline. SGA finds himself at the free throw line, and Luka doesn't stop complaining to referees. This is the storyline.
Look at this. From 23 to 30, James Harden averaged over 10 a game, except for 1 year that was 9.1. 10.2,
Right.
10.2,
Right.
10.2, 10.9,
Yes.
10.1,
Yes.
11.0, 11.8.
Yes.
Until he was 30.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All I'm trying to tell people it's silly. Look, you know what the better story for me is what I was starting to say before the Russians attacked me. The fact that these guys have missed the MVP for a long stretch of time, that missed their second best player for 30-plus games, and they're still the best team in the Western Conference is unbelievable. It goes to show you what a great team they have built, how much depth they've built, and they've given depth a new definition. That, to me, should be the story today, not SGA's foul baiting. That, holy crap, this team is going to be really hard to beat again this year. They may be tougher to beat. I think they will be tougher to beat than they were last year because they've already gone through the experience of winning the 16 games.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I would say to Stephen A., who I was watching on First Take, bro, do me a favor, Don't talk about foul baiting. Do me the favor of just beating up on the New Orleans Pelicans. Just go back to telling the New Orleans Pelicans that you are much more famous than everybody on their team combined. Like, that to me is entertainment.
Okay, I don't really want to discuss that either.
Just my point is that that's entertainment. That is entertainment, George Sedano, not telling me about baiting for fouls, okay?
Yeah. Listen, I like Shea. I think Shea's, he's a great player, a great player. Because, by the way, everyone complains about one thing in the NBA constantly, okay? And I'll tell you what that is on the other side. And Shea is the antithesis of that.
Ooh.
How about that?
Okay. All right. Nice. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Want to tell us about Hernandez Wholesale Flooring?
Of course I want to tell you about Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. You know what that turf looks like in my backyard? It's beautiful. Good. That's what I'm going to tell you about. And they installed that thing in 5 hours, okay? I wasn't even home for most of it. I was in and out chasing the kids around, running them around, taking them to this thing, that thing, and they got it done. Very simple, okay? And you've heard us talk about my friends over there at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. And it's not just me. Cappy's gotten it done. Dr. Clapper's gotten it done. The Italian Stallion's gotten it done. Whether it's the laminate, the hardwood, the vinyl, the carpet, the turf, you name it, they got it, man. Old school, authentic, family-owned TLC, man, who features wholesale pricing year-round. And if you need new floors, why haven't you checked them out yet? Why haven't you called 866-62-FLOOR? 866-62-FLOOR. Whatever kind of flooring you need, again, they got it in stock. They have millions of options to choose from. Hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, even the artificial turf, as I mentioned. Waterproof, scratch-proof, kid-proof, whatever you need. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring has it. The crazy Hernandez brothers are always going to take care of you. And if you're a first responder, active military, or veteran, you'll receive additional discounts on top of the already low prices. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-62-FLOOR. Check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. And if you find a better price, which I doubt, call Hernandez again at that number, 866-62-FLOOR. All you got to do is ask for Steven or Carlos, okay? The crazy Hernandez brothers. Tell them your square footage. Tell them what some place is offering you, and they'll match it. No questions asked. Shoot them a call, 866-62-FLOOR. Visit the showroom, Commerce Casino, right next to Commerce Casino in Commerce, off the 5 freeway, okay? So the OG location right there in Commerce, next to the Commerce Casino off the 5. If you're in OC, they got you covered in Santa Ana. Go to the website if you'd like, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round, because no sale beats wholesale. Again, check them out on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net, or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Bowling, 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 everybody's bowling. I don't mean to brag, but they don't call me Mr. Pinhead for nothing. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Your golf game's getting hotter. Hit the links at Morongo Golf Club at Tuquit Canyon.
Number 2.
7 heavenly chef-driven food stations at the marketplace. Take an all-you-can-eat culinary journey around the world.
And the number 1 reason.
Rick Ross, live March 20th, only at Morongo.
Morongo, good times.
This is the Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Byer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Big boy. Hey, Laker fans, 2026 is the year of you when you suit up with National University to pursue a career-focused bachelor's or master's degree. Take your best shot with NU's Year of You scholarship and score up to $6,000 annually toward an industry-current bachelor's or master's degree. 4 or 8 week courses, flexible online options, plus free tutoring, career counseling, and more. Apply by March 31st at nu.edu. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
So, I don't know, I'm feeling a little weird.
George Sedano.
Hence why you're a badass. Hence why you're a chingong.
Scott Kaplan.
Not like depressed or anything, just a little weird.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
Oh, no.
7:28.
Quack, quack.
Sedano Kap Morning Show.
Mm-hmm.
And Oops, I Did It Again is not on the On This Day list. But, you know, we're playing this because our girl Brittany Cappy, she's gotten into some trouble with the law.
Is it true? Because I did get an alert on my phone.
Yeah, I did too. She got arrested for a DUI last night.
Oh, come on.
In Ventura County.
No way.
Yep.
Say where exactly she was, or they just said Ventura
County? She was
County?
handcuffed by the California Highway Patrol in Ventura County around 9:30 p.m. local time. She was booked at 3:02 a.m. and released at 6:07 a.m.
Oh,
come on, Brittany. And then she deleted her Instagram again, Cappy. She does this like every other week. She deactivates it, and then she brings it back, and she's feeling herself, and she's giving it all away, and then she does something or someone says something, and she deletes it again. So she's back off the grid.
Oh, my goodness. I was at the Laker game on Tuesday night, and we had some new partners in the suite, and they help people deal with DUI situations, like, get the price, the cost reduced, and help you get auto insurance after the fact and everything else. And I was like grilling these guys because I was fascinated by it because thank goodness I don't have one. Never have. Don't want one. But Brittany, come on, girl. I mean, this is always the same thing, George. Even like when an athlete gets a DUI, you're like, bro, you make all this money. You're going to drink like this? Especially in today's day and age. Call a freaking Uber, dude.
She has a driver, too,
Oh, well, then that's even worse. That's even worse.
Yikes.
Oh, poor Brittany. I say poor Brittany. Good thing she didn't hurt anybody last night. Hey, George, I'm looking at our YouTube chat, and it doesn't seem like the morning miscreants, as you like to call them, are very happy with our opening segment today.
Why?
What do they want us to talk about?
Well, no.
I want you to talk Team USA hockey, okay?
Nah, I think we're kind of past that. I think we're past that one.
They're always complaining about something anyway. I honestly think that at times they serve a purpose, but other times they're just whatever.
All right, so here's where it starts. Your boy Epic Wolf says, okay, we're getting started this morning with the SGA Glazing Thursday.
There
All right.
Well, he's only the MVP. Sorry, bro.
Sorry,
and
but
it's the defending champs.
Then On Esther jumped in and said, SGA is Allen Iverson light. I mentioned Allen Iverson, about in terms of, getting to the free throw line. Then Epic Wolf says, Cap, put Sedano in his place, bro. Don't be scared.
How do you spell scared?
What would you supposed to be putting me in my place for?
Scared, just
like,
so you
I don't
know,
understand. Like
SC4U's RED. Scared.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Okay. Then I just replied with, can I share in your aura? Because, I think that's a very famous line.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Right. Then OG Strave says, Cappy, tell Sedano he's an idiot.
Okay.
Cool. Ron Mexico RPO wants to know, Cappy, what WTF is Sedano smoking comparing SGA to Kobe and MJ? And then Ron Mexico is schooling me by telling me that all fouls are not the same.
Oh, I heard a pen drop or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Oh, yeah. You see what you people are doing today? Don't do this. Don't do this, people.
I mean, he was just talking about how he was in a great mood, went to New York, went to the library, saw the exhibits.
Right. Walked around 60-degree weather. Don't do this to him today, people. Scared. Here's my thing.
What I would say is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hold on.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Since I'm the one being attacked here.
Yeah, right.
I compared his free throw. I compared his ability to get to the free throw line with other great players because great players get to the free throw line. That's it.
You hear that?
And by the way, he is the reigning most valuable player.
Yeah.
May win his second this year.
Right.
And is the defending champion. So if you don't believe he's going to be in the discussion of one of the greats in this game's history, you are absolutely out of your freaking mind. If he wins a second MVP, he's in it back to back. He's in rarefied air at that point.
Mm-hmm. I will just say to On Esther and to Epic Wolf and to everybody that really wants to see you come undone this morning.
OJ Strave.
Yeah, they're like, come on, Sedano, go scorched earth on it. George, they actually want you to beat them up. They like it in some weird way.
They're
like
foul baiting you.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
I guess this whole I will take this responsibility for this part of the conversation. Maybe I just don't get it. Okay? Maybe I just don't understand it. All I know is this. I watched this game last night. It was a great game between Oklahoma City and New York. Truth be told, maybe I wouldn't have sat down and watched it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon if it wasn't for George on the broadcast. But I knew you were there. I knew you'd want to talk about some of this stuff today. So I did what I needed to do. I watched the game. I watched the aftermath of the game. And all I hear is people talking about SGA trying to get to the free throw line and baiting these referees. And I'm thinking to myself, do you not watch LeBron? Do you not watch Luka? These guys are chronically complaining to these referees over and over again. And, after they complain, then they come down on the other end, and then they wind up getting a foul call. And why'd they get the foul call? Because they were in the referee's ear. And the referee's like, okay, fine, I don't want to deal with you anymore. Here, put him on the free throw line. What am I missing about SGA going to the free throw line 7 times last night that has everybody griping and complaining? Like, I'm watching the game. What did I miss, everybody? Tell me. What don't I understand? Somebody, please, help a brother out.
He's a chronic flopper.
So is LeBron.
He's not a chronic flopper. SGA?
Okay, only LeBron's
He does a good
chronic
job
flopper.
of convincing the referees that he's been hit.
Right, but that's not. He isn't flop though. He does not.
So what does
flop
that mean?
at all?
What does he mean?
If anything, he initiates contact. A guy who flops is the guy falling backwards all the time.
Can you imagine if the finals is the Pistons and the Thunder, because the Pistons are such a physical team? Like, can you imagine the fouls that are going to be called?
Wait, but the Thunder are also a very physical
right.
team.
Well,
Like,
they both are, but I'm
nobody plays
saying
better defense than them.
two physical teams playing each other is going to be.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of foul calls. It'll take forever.
Maybe not. Or maybe the refs will just adjust and let them play a little bit.
Yeah, let them just get out there and play and beat each other up. Do that. That's more entertaining for us. I'm so annoyed by this whole national conversation about SGA is a foul baiter, and therefore the way he plays basketball is like some sort of like rules violation or some kind of a problem for everybody. Again, I just watched the game last night, and I'm admitting I don't watch a lot of Thunder games start to finish. Last night I was in front of my TV at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I knew Sedano was there. But I don't understand this conversation. I'm missing something here, and somebody's going to school me, George.
It's just, you know why? It's just an easy talk show conversation, right? It was last year they were doing. Fans don't like it. That's it. Fans don't like it. People see the reaction on social media, and that's it. They program sports talk based off what like the miscreants in the group chat in the YouTube chat are saying, because those are the same people that are going to complain about it on social media during the game. And that's it. They take the temperature based off that, and social media programs these talk shows.
Well, to bring it back to locally to the Lakers, George, since you were there last night, and I feel like you haven't done that many Thunder games where you were doing a ton of them last year. So I feel like you haven't done as many.
Yeah, this is only like the second or third game I've done this year.
So seeing the Thunder, the defending champs, beat the Knicks at MSG, who the Knicks, everyone at one point were the favorites to win the East, one of the top three teams in the East. Like, how far away are the Lakers from like even being able like to compete on the same level as OKC? Like, impossibly far away.
Like
right?
in a series?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they get swept, right?
No, I
might
don't know
win
about
one.
You hear that answer?
No, I don't know about getting swept. I think you win one or two, but that isn't. Yeah, no. I mean, if everyone's healthy, is what you're asking me? Like all things being equal, no, they can't win that series.
And here's the thing, and we've been talking about this a lot because the whole conversation has been around, what the future of the Lakers will ultimately be and how you build a team. Hold on, everybody, consider that word, team, around Luka. This is what the Oklahoma City Thunder at least taught me last year, that the NBA today is not about, can I get 2 superstars? Can I get 3 superstars? Can I try and recreate what Golden State did when they got Kevin Durant and they added him to their star-laden championship team? I don't think the NBA today, George, is about having a big 3 or having 3 stars. I think the NBA today is about going 10 deep on your bench. It's about depth. It's about building a team, not about having 2 or 3 guys that are so good and just have a bunch of scrubs around them and 1 or 2 guys are going to put the entire group on their shoulders and take them to a championship. I think the league has changed from the days of LeBron joining the Heat and them creating a big 3 and them wanting to be a super team. I think the league has changed from 2 or 3 stars to having to go 10 deep and truly, truly having a full team roster. Oh, and by the way, team doesn't just mean having bodies. It means everybody understanding and accepting and being willing to do what their role is for the team.
Yeah,
I should be a
here's what I
motivational
would say
speaker.
to you.
I swear to God, I should be a motivational speaker. I mean, true or false?
I would say true, Gabby.
Thank you.
Here's what I would say. You brought up the Heatles or whatever. That first team that they had, to your point, was very similar to what you just described. It was LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. There was Haslam, there was Mike Miller, and a bunch of guys. Like, a couple of guys they developed, a couple of guys were minimum guys or whatever. And, LeBron's boy, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who was kind of like, old at that point. But then the next year they added Shane Battier, who was an important player. Okay, he was arguably one of the best, if not the best, perimeter defender in the sport, and he could knock down threes. And they won a championship. Then they added Ray Allen, Hall of Famer, one of the best players in the sport's history on a number of levels, but especially as a shooter. I mean, before Steph Curry, Ray Allen was the guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they added to the team over time, and they won another championship. So what I would say to you is, and then they developed a few guys here and there, right? So that era, yes, was different because it was free agency, and you had to throw things together. Teams were built differently. So you're right. But even that team added, okay? Then let's look at the next group of teams. LeBron with the Cavs. It was the first Cavs team. Yeah, it wasn't that great either. But as time went by, they added more veteran guys who were willing to play with LeBron in Cleveland. And the Warriors were built more like the Thunder. All three guys were drafted, and they were able to add veteran players there. Now, the difference between the Warriors and the Thunder, and this iteration of the Thunder, is almost everybody's drafted, okay? And, yeah, they traded for Alex Caruso. They signed Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency. But it's not like, Hartenstein had played pretty well for the Knicks when he was there. And the Thunder paid him $60 million. And I think people at the time were like, $60 million for Isaiah Hartenstein. Guy's been a really important piece to the puzzle. Alex Caruso is fantastic, as Laker fans know. And then the rest of those guys have been developed. So it's kind of my point earlier. Like, these guys built a team with depth, and they built it to last. Like, they've got guys to replace guys. Like, they've got 2 and 3 deep, guys in the G League that you've never heard of that are going to be able to step in 2 years to play meaningful roles on this team while having to pay Shea, J-Dub, and Chet Holmgren. So they've built it right. The Indiana Pacers last year were 10 deep, to your point. Yes, that is the way the NBA is built now. It doesn't mean you don't need stars, but you need to develop guys, or you need to hit in the margins on veteran guys. And if you're going to spend money in free agency, or you're going to spend capital to trade for guys, you have to hit on those guys. So, yes, that is absolutely part of it, and you're 100% right.
You hear that, everybody? You hear what George said?
You're right,
100%
Cappy.
right.
That's right.
Not a little bit right. Not maybe like, maybe you're kind of 100%. And by the way, I always say this about football. You draft offensive linemen, you draft defensive linemen, you win in the trenches. In the second round of the NBA draft, I would always draft for size. You realize that your boy Hartenstein, that's a guy who was picked like number 45 overall in the draft. You're 7 feet, 250. I want that guy on the Lakers.
Speaking of being right, Cappy, how right were you on your prize picks last night?
Well,
oh, Cappy, were you right on your prize picks? Because, prize picks is the place to be if you want sports action in the state of California. Download that prize picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 lineup gets you a $50 lineup bonus. It's very simple to play prize picks. It's more, it's less. Okay, there's a stat projection for every player imaginable and every sport imaginable. And you go more, you go less, you bundle a couple together. You can win cold, hard cash, Cappy.
Yeah, I want everybody who has already downloaded the Prize Picks app. I'll start off by saying thanks for doing that. I mean, aren't you having a good time playing on Prize Picks? Like, I'm watching the games, and I've got the Prize Picks app open while I'm watching the game because I'm monitoring how are my players doing. Yesterday, George, my son had a 6-pick flex play. All NHL players. He hit on all 6. $5 turned into $175. So when we say download the Prize Picks app and use the code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y, and you make your first $5 lineup and you get $50 in lineups, think about that. If you're a puck knower, not a ball knower, but a puck knower, you could turn $5 into $175 like my son did last night. So listen, make sure for those of you that have not yet done it, download the Prize Picks app. Use the code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Here's why. We're in the middle of basketball. Before you know it, the tournament is on the way. We got baseball, both, a tournament style, and then before you know it, the regular season. We got so much going on right now in sports. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Make that first $5 lineup. Get $50 in lineups. And then let's all play together and win together.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
And you're going to be checking out your prize picks tonight, Cappy, as well, because there's another Laker game day tonight. What's on tap today on ESPN LA? Lakers travel to Mile High to take on the Nuggets. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Duran starts at 5:30 p.m. with tip-off at 7. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. Michelle Smallman from Unsportsmanlike. Next.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Cappy, when I walked into the Vision Works Brea store, I immediately thought, this is too easy.
I know. And the frames are organized by shape and by price, so you don't have to go digging around. Now, Chris, I had the same experience at VisionWorks in Santa Ana.
Seriously, why go anywhere else but VisionWorks? Their 100-day guarantee gives you peace of mind, so if you change your mind, for any reason, just bring them back.
Buy one, get one free.
Simple scheduling, simple shopping. VisionWorks makes it simple.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Introducing our new Chili Crisp dumplings. A spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed, and fiery. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp dumplings. Get them today. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
My body's telling me yeah.
Calls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text CAR to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CAR to 215-215. That's CAR to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
That encapsulizes Rivers' entire career.
Encapsulate, yeah.
Wait, encapsulizes is not a real thing?
George Sedano, Scott Kaplan.
You can't encapsulize a thing? No, you only encapsulate it? Okay.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
7:48. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Sedano and Kap Morning Show. And on this day back in 1983, number one hit was Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. It's also National Cheese Doodle Day. Love me a good cheese doodle. How about you guys?
I like a doodle more than a puff.
Me too.
Wait. Hold on.
Interesting.
Somebody's going to have to give me a distinction between a
I like the
doodle
puff.
and a puff.
No, puff is too big. It's messy. A doodle is skinny. It's crunchier. Yeah.
Crunchier. Okay,
So
skinny
the puff
crunchy.
is like it's more airy.
Right, but the doodles will not mess up your the roof of your mouth as much as a puff, right?
Yeah, correct. And they're more compact. They're crunchier. They're skinnier. I prefer a doodle to a puff.
I don't need either of those, man. No doodles, no puffs. I'm out on both of them.
Well, I haven't
By
had
the way,
either in a long time.
I know it's not, but the puff
only have it
just
once a month.
feels healthier. even though it's not,
Oh,
it just feels
Cappy.
healthier.
Yeah.
You would love what at the Knicks games they bring us a charcuterie plate.
You should only have that once a month. You should only have cold cuts about once a month.
Well, I don't really have a lot of the cold cuts, but incredible amounts of fruit, blueberries, blackberries, kiwi, so a little bit of dark chocolate. It was so good.
Oh, nice. You know, George,
I didn't have much of the cold cuts.
I've had cold cuts twice already this month because I went to Jimmy John's twice. And by the way,
maybe a little cheese. There was some nice cheese.
Yeah, Bergie, I'm getting a lot of
Saw
listeners.
our buddy Ben Lyons there yesterday, too.
Yeah?
He was sitting courtside.
Did you see Jerry Seinfeld?
He was down the way from me, yes. I was right down the way from him.
How about Larry
And he
David?
was sitting next to J.B. Smoove.
Yes. Was Larry there last night? Was Larry David?
Larry was not there. Jerry was there. Larry was at the Wemby game.
Ah, gotcha.
Michelle Smallman wasn't there, was she? Because I feel like it's probably
She
a
was
little
not.
bit late
I don't
for
believe
her.
so. But I did run into Michelle Smallman. We had happy hour sushi and wine when I was in New York the first time for the Wemby game.
Gotcha. By the way, just
how
one
was
quick
it?
comment. One quick comment here.
It was excellent. She picked some place right, whatever, and we, that's where I went. I met them.
Nice. I just got to get this off my chest. 1983, Billie Jean, the Grammys. When Michael Jackson did the moonwalk, I swear to God, I was 13 years old. It was like the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And by the way, I still moonwalk like a mofo.
Yeah.
And in case anybody needs a moonwalker.
You're still moonwalk like a mofo. Is that
Right.
that should be your slogan? I moonwalk
Right.
like a mofo.
Only in socks on hardwood
Prove
floors,
it.
just so you guys know.
Yeah.
Socks and hardwood floors.
Now, Michelle Smallman is here to talk to us about a number of things. Excellent pick, I told the crew, of your sushi joint that we went to that afternoon in New York. But more importantly, you guys were talking about SGA today, and I felt like you had an interesting take on SGA and this whole foul baiting, free throw merchant stuff that he gets called.
Oh, well, first of all, great to be with you guys as always. I feel like there's 17 things you guys were just talking about that I would like to comment on. Quickly,
Go.
before
Sure.
we get into
Go right ahead.
SGA.
Pick anyone.
Yeah. What do you mean I can only have cold cuts once a month? As an Italian, I find that to be a highly offensive comment and
I
something
agree.
that I'm kind of concerned about because I'm eating cold cuts way more than once a month.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
And George
carcinogen.
schooled us.
Yeah.
George schooled us
Yeah.
the other day, Michelle, that you're only allowed to have cold cuts once a month because he is the paragon of health. And so, as such,
No, not necessarily. I'm just
oh.
trying to be a healthier human being.
Yeah,
I'm looking out for you, too.
Yeah,
So,
no,
there you
thus
go.
the advice. Fantastic advice. Seriously. So, Michelle, George told us the other day, only once a month for cold cuts. So just get on board with it, you know?
And if you're going to do it,
You know
go
what?
for the gust. Go for the
big.
gusto. You know what I'm saying? Get a little prosciutto.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
don't just do
100%.
some tavern ham or something. You know?
Right. No, Tavern Ham, get out of here, please. We're definitely doing prosciutto. Here's the thing. None of us are going to get out of here alive. So if I'm going down, which I definitely am, I'm going down with an Italian sub in my hand.
I'm
So
with
just
you.
so we're clear.
I'm with you.
When it comes to SGA, though, I think what you're referencing, George, is when Evan was talking about the calls and the way he goes about things. My question back to Evan was, well, does it work? And if it's working, why would he in any way adjust what's been working for him, MVP and defending champ? Why would he change his approach at all?
Agreed. And you actually said it's a compliment to him that
Yes,
he's able
of course.
to be that. Yeah.
And for all the talk this morning about how annoying it is and how it disrupts the game, I ask the question, what's more annoying? SGA getting to the free throw line or attempting to get to the free throw line, or Luka chronically complaining about not getting calls? I mean, to me, the Luka thing is even worse.
Oh, I don't even think it's close. The Luka thing, we talked about it towards the end of our show today. It is really off-putting. When you're watching a basketball game and you see this with him over and over and over again, you're just like, come on. It is so off-putting. And you know, Draymond had that commentary recently about Nico Harrison and how he got torched for moving on from Luka, but that some of the stuff that we're now talking about with Luka that existed in Dallas, that's persisting in LA. He's like, you know, the media is basically saying that he was right without giving him credit for being right. And there is a little bit of truth in what Draymond is saying. Like, we knew that this is who Luka was in Dallas. And part of the reason why they moved on from him, whether or not it was the correct move is a completely different conversation, is because of the conditioning. It's because of the lack of defense. And it was because of the complaining, the whining, the attitude. And unfortunately, that is a characteristic that has come over with him from Dallas to LA. And I just don't know if he is ever going to be able to change or if he ever really wants to change. But I don't find it to be an enjoyable brand of basketball when he does that. And I think a lot of people are kind of fed up with it.
No disagreement there. Michelle, you said you had a lot of things you wanted to comment on. Let us jump through a few things. I heard you earlier today. You said that the Rams getting Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs, which immediately had them go to the in Vegas as the Super Bowl favorites for the next NFL season. You said, and I think I'm quoting, but maybe I'm just paraphrasing, that it was disrespectful to the defending champion Seahawks that the Rams became the instant favorite because of the addition of Trent McDuffie. I'll just ask the word, disrespectful?
Here's why. And I did praise the Rams for the move, if you remember as well, which you know is difficult for me. But I do give Les Snead and that organization all the credit in the world for being aggressive, especially trying to maximize a 38-year-old MVP and Matthew Stafford. They're like, hey, we really have a chance to win. He's playing at a high level. We got to go for it now. Secondary was obviously a huge issue last year. So what are we going to do? We're going to do what we always do, say bleep them picks, and we're going to go out there and get a proven commodity. So I give them a lot of credit for acting with the sense of urgency that's required to capitalize on the team that you've put together. But here's what I meant about disrespectful to the Seahawks. We talked at length about the Eagles after they won, about how people disrespect Jalen Hurts. People don't give Nick Sirianni the credit that he deserves. Been to two Super Bowls, won one, the winning percentage, the record, etc. And we talked about, could they go on to be a dynastic team? Maybe this was the end of the Chiefs dynasty and the beginning of the Eagles. And even throughout the season, we would always default to the Eagles being champions. We're like, A.J. Brown's calling some stuff out, but you know what? They're the champs. They'll figure it out. You know, this Kevin Patul offense, not so great, but they'll figure it out. They're the defending champs. I feel like the love fest for the Seahawks was very extreme, but it was very short-lived. We talked about how Mike McDonald was a genius, and not only is he excellent tactically, but look at how he brought this team together from a chemistry standpoint. We talk about John Snyder potentially being the best front office executive in all of football, and look at all the talent that he's compiled, and nobody can even pick him out of a lineup, but he knows exactly what he's doing. And why don't we default to him more? Why don't we give them the benefit of the doubt? We talked about Sam Darnold finally shedding that moniker of seeing ghosts and him stepping up when the best was required of him. And we talked about the fact that even though some guys would graduate, including the Super Bowl MVP and Kenneth Walker, that they are here to stay. And then the Rams make one move, albeit a good one, and it's like, yeah, you know what, we're kind of off on the Seahawks. I just felt like what we said in the moment felt very extreme, and that it dissipated so quickly for us to just assume that they wouldn't have it next season.
Yeah, I guess when you think about Kenneth Walker leaving the Seahawks, not that running backs aren't replaceable, and you think about how close the Rams were and what their biggest deficiency was and how they're filling that with a 25-year-old kid who's in the prime of his career, who's already got all-pro caliber credentials, that one move in and of itself makes Vegas say, hey, you know what? The Rams are actually the favorites. So I of course, as a Rams fan, I'm very happy about that. I didn't think it was disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm sure
Sorry,
you are.
Michelle.
As you should. No, it's okay, but as you should be. I also think it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that division. I know that the Rams now can, according to Vegas and others, have the edge, but they have a lot of talent in that division, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I just thought, man, were so many of us frauds for being like, wow, John Snyder, benefit of the doubt. Zach Charbonnet is going to come back so they can make Kenneth Walker expendable. We had all these lines like the week after the Super Bowl about how we've overlooked the Seahawks and they've been hiding in plain sight and that they're excellent and we need to defer to them in a lot of ways moving forward. And immediately that's up in the air. Immediately.
Michelle, do you remember what you told me about Les Snead the other day? About the way you compared him? Do you remember or no?
I don't know what I said. Go ahead. Was it bad?
It was something to the effect of, and I'll let you say it because I won't say it as well as you did. It's like the guy that you were dating, but then he wasn't ready to mature enough, and then he becomes this great husband or something like that.
100%. Yes, I do remember this now. So when the Rams were in St. Louis, they were obviously not wanting to win on purpose because they were trying to move to L.A. The drafts were bad. 15-65, 5-year stretch, the worst 5-year stretch of football in NFL history it's tied for. And we were like, God, how are these people still employed? They are so bad at their jobs. And then they moved to LA, and it's like, oh, my God, they're brilliant. They are so good at what they do. Like, what? They totally conned us. They're actually really smart. And it's like when you're dating a guy and he's such a tool, and you're just like, God, he's always texting other girls. He's, following all the Instagram models and liking the pictures. His phone conveniently turns off at night, and you're just like, but he's really funny, and when we're together, we have a good time, and, XYZ, you make excuses for them, and then you guys break up, and he moves on, meets another girl, marries her, and is like husband of the year. And you're like, why didn't I get that version of that guy? That's what I feel like Les Snead and the Rams are for St. Louis.
Wow.
Well, I'm very happy that I got I'm very happy that I got the husband of the year.
Yeah, right.
I love Les Snead. I literally would. I would jump in front of a car for Les Snead right now.
Oh my God! Really?
As you should.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that much love.
Well, and especially because of that hair. I mean, he's got the best hair in the business. Yeah.
Oh, amazing hair. Always. Wow. You know what? Wasn't great in St. Louis, but the hair has always been A+. I will give him that.
Well, he went to a barber shop in St. Louis, and now he goes to a salon. You see what I'm saying?
Salon in L.A. probably.
I mean, the conditioner, whatever conditioner he is using, it is working.
We got to get him to go see RC, George. That's what we got to get Les Snead to do.
Oh, yeah, we
got
to take him to Paramount. Yeah,
down to Paramount.
Yeah.
Get him some good sushi while we're down there.
Well, Smallman, thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
See you later, Michelle. She said she wanted to comment on a bunch of things. I wonder if she wanted to comment on Michael Jackson and Billie Jean.
They conned me.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you guys tell us about our good friend Jacob and Ronnie?
We will.
Yeah, we do have to talk about our good friend Jacob and Ronnie. I will say this. I do love that she is we are like the pro-Rams people, and she's like the anti-Rams people.
Right.
It gives us a good bit with her.
But you know what I love about it is she's as angry at the Rams for leaving St.
As
Louis
you are the Chargers?
as I am about the Chargers leaving San Diego. That's right.
I wonder if she has a club and like a card that she carries in her wallet.
Next time,
no,
we'll
she
ask
does.
her.
She's definitely
I'll
not.
show
as
her my
petty as
Charger
Cappy.
Hater Club card and
Yeah.
see if she has a Rams Hater Club card.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, before we get to the top of the hour here, we got top of the hour integrity. We've already broken it. But anyway, nobody plans to slip or fall, Cappy. It happens at the store, at work, or on somebody else's property, and suddenly you hurt, and you don't know where to turn, Cap.
No, you don't know where to turn. But the property owner might say, hey, that wasn't my fault. Or the insurance company might drag their feet. So you know what we should do, George? We should send all of our friends to Jacob and Ronnie. That's what I think.
The law offices of Jacob and Ronnie, they handle these cases every day. They listen to you. They'll look at what happened, and they'll fight for you. And again, you don't pay unless they recover for you, Cappy. That's the Call Jacob promise.
So if you've been hurt in a slip and fall, do not wait. You call Jacob. And, George, I want you to do the number because I like to do the two numbers in the middle.
800-345.
6-7.
8-9. 800-345.
6-7.
8-9. Call Jacob.
All right, guys, and it's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Listen all day for your chance to win a 4-pack of GA tickets to the Big 12 semifinals Game 1 at Cosm. When you hear the cue to call, so not right now, but when you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7 and experience college hoops like never before, only with ESPN LA. We'll expand on that Rams convo next on KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing $1 year that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
It's calling. A driving force from within. Pushing, beating, rising to the surface. The time has come to let it out and ignite the flame that sparks revolution. AEW Revolution, live Sunday, March 15th from Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Tickets on sale now at AEWTIX.com.
Change is in the air at LAX. Los Angeles International Airport's automated people mover trains are rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investments in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals. The new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, and economy parking in 10 minutes or less. Departing every 2 minutes, they'll help approximately 30 million passengers per year. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Los Angeles is offering 25% off windows and doors or 0% APR for 72 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on.
And this is going to get a little complicated, Cappy, so follow me here
I'm
for a
listening
second.
very intently.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
I'm listening very intently. Go ahead. I can't wait to hear what's about to happen next.
Back to Sedano and Kap.
Why I'm hot. This is why. This is why. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why. This is why. This is why I'm hot. I'm hot 'cause
8:06. Sedano and Kap Morning Show. And on this day, back in 2007, the number one hit was Mims. This is Why I'm Hot. Remember this song?
Oh, yeah, another one of those Civic bangers.
One of those what kind of bangers?
Civic. Remember I told you yesterday?
With his subwoofers and his
with your
rattling.
Civic, your Honda Civic.
Exactly.
This wasn't a Prius banger for you and me, huh, Bergie?
I did have subwoofers also when I was
In your
younger.
Prius?
No. It was in an Acura. And
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
I
Like
just want to tell you
Twister,
guys,
those things just went crazy.
I got you all beat, by the way, because in the late 80s, I had a Chevy Chevette. Does anybody remember what a Chevy Chevette was?
So my dad
Yeah, it looked like a little seashell.
Yeah, my dad has one of those now. Like, he bought an old one.
Oh, yeah. I had a Chevy Chevette, and what I used to do is I put these two big-ass speakers in the back of it, and when I would go to the football field to work out, to do my kicking on the football field, I would drive my car onto the track of the football stadium at my high school, and I would take these two big speakers out of the back of my Chevette. I would turn up my audio cassette player while I was out on the football field working
Was it an
out.
8-track?
No, it was not an 8-track. I had advanced from 8-track to audio cassette. I had not yet gotten to CDs at that point, Bergie. So I was in the cassette phase of the 1980s in a Chevy Chevette. Somebody beat that.
What year was your car?
My Chevy Chevette was probably like a 79 Chevy Chevette.
Okay.
Have you remember those cassettes? You had to flip the A side and the B side to continue the music. That was
Or
awesome.
how about if you wanted to rewind a song?
Oh, that's
You're like,
right.
hey, I really love that song. I want to hear it again. Flip the cassette, fast forward it, turn it back over, whatever.
Remember when you had to record? You wanted to record on a cassette, and you'd have to break in the little tabs on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, on the top. Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
good.
And then you
Very
hit
good,
like
Lindsay.
the record and the play when you're trying to record off the radio.
Correct. Yes.
Good time.
Or stick
Good
on
time.
Look at you, Lindsay. I didn't realize you were. I thought you were too young for that stuff.
No,
but
I mean
look
I
at
was
that. There
I
you go.
was very young, but my dad he worked in radio, so he taught me all these little tricks back then. Like I remember watching my dad back when they used to edit tape with the
Reel to reel.
Oh, that's how I
yeah,
learned
yeah,
razors.
yeah,
that's how
with
I
the
learned it.
razors,
tape.
and like he would have to like tape up, like have the tape and the band-aids on his fingers sometimes, and I was like, I don't get it. So
And you
then
have
he
to cut it.
showed me to explain to me why he had the band-aids on his
You have
fingers.
to cut it at an angle too.
Yeah,
so-
yeah,
Right.
totally.
Oh, my God. Beautiful. Lindsay, you had said to George and I that we were going to continue the Rams discussion of Trent McDuffie. And I know that, George, that's bringing in a lot of reaction around the country as, people are talking about NFL and free agency and quarterbacks getting released and quarterbacks being signed to, deals and whatever. George, I don't know, man. This move to me, and I realize we're far away from football season, but if we all thought the Rams' weakness last year was their secondary, and look, I know there's a case to be made that the Rams' weakness was their special teams. We understand. Blocked field goals in Philadelphia, punts returned for touchdowns when you've got a big lead in Seattle. NFC Championship game, can't field a punt, turns into a touchdown for Seattle. Special teams were a disaster. But the weakness of the team was the secondary. And now you go out and you get a kid who's from the L.A. area, from Southern California, who played at the highest level of high school football, who was an All-American at Washington, who is an All-Pro, and he's only 25 years old. You get this guy at this point of his career for a 29th overall pick. On paper, this is a brilliant move by the Rams.
I agree wholeheartedly, Cappy. I think that you are 2 for 2 today. I 100% agree with your take on today's NBA and how to build a team, and I 100% agree with you on this too. It is a brilliant move. It's smart. This is a guy very similarly to when they had Jalen Ramsey for a little bit. They brought him in. They eventually signed him, and he's going to make an instant impact. I don't think there's any question about this. He's one of the better corners in the sport. He's been an all-pro already. I think that he is absolutely a guy you invest in. The fact that he happens to be a local guy is even more awesome for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So earlier today, Jason McCourty, who's now an NFL analyst on ESPN. Linz, can we hear now? This is a guy who played in the secondary. McCourty. This is a defensive player who's a secondary player who understands what McDuffie is, even if he's not a household name. Because when I say McDuffie, George, usually I say OJ before I say Trent. You know what I'm saying? So this guy may not necessarily be a household name, but let's hear what McCourty said about the Rams getting McDuffie.
You've drafted and built up this fiery defensive line that can get after the quarterback with Jared Verse and Braden Fisk and Kobe Turner and all of these guys. But if you don't give them enough time in the secondary to be able to hold on to the football for 2 or 3 seconds, those guys can't do their jobs. So a guy like Trent McDuffie, who can play man-to-man, who can be outside, can be inside, he gives you an advantage in that standpoint where now you can build around him in the secondary and you can place him in a spot that helps you elevate other guys around.
Yeah. See, I mean, I think about this kid Stingley down in Houston, George, who's considered to be like one of the top cover corners in the NFL. And you look at how teams game plan on that Houston defense, and they got to worry about 2 defensive ends that can both get to the quarterback. But not only do they have to worry about that, half the field is almost cut off because you've got such a great cover corner back there. That's what the Rams now could have, where you've got these great, young, aggressive pass rushers on the outside, but you're almost cutting off half the field because you've got one secondary player that can cover the best receiver from the other team. So, again, for me, I thought this was an absolutely brilliant move by the Rams yesterday.
Yeah, they nailed it. I don't think there's any doubt about it. They nailed it. And, look, I'd still like to see them draft another corner. Would you draft another corner at 13? Because I would consider it.
I'd consider it, but I'd also say my gut tells me I want offensive line. While I still have Matthew Stafford, and yes, we all know he's 38 years old, but you also have lost an offensive lineman to retirement in Rob Havenstein. So I still want to build O-line, but if you told me that one of the top corners was still available at 13, and I could add McDuffie, and I could get a first-round caliber, top 15 caliber sort of defensive back in the draft, I mean, you've just strengthened your defense so significantly because Jared Verse and a lot of these other guys are still very, very young. I mean, Verse will only be going into his third year next year, and a lot of the other guys who were drafted the year before, they're only going into their fourth year. So that's how good the Rams defense has and how good the front office has done a good job of replacing Aaron Donald, not with one guy, but with like 5 or 6 guys all through the draft.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way.
Here's what I would say, Cappy, and while I agree with you, offensive line, and if an elite-level offensive lineman is there, sure. But I think this is a good cornerback draft, if we're being honest. Mansour Delane from LSU is widely regarded as the number one guy. He is a legit, number one corner in this league if he stays healthy. To me, he is as close as they come as a sure bet, as a guy who will be a top-tier corner as there is in this draft. But the kid I really like, hashtag ACC, I know you, bro, is Avion Terrell from Clemson. I mean, he is the fastest corner, I believe, in this draft. Sub 4.4, 40. A little small, just under 6 feet, but he's big and strong. He's 190 pounds nearly. So he can hit. And he's got elite ball skills. He can run because of that speed. You just don't have that combination of strength and speed very often. So I like him. Clemson also has a great history, and even especially recent history of corners. I think that he's a guy that could be 13, maybe a little high, but maybe if you can trade down, which we saw the Rams do last year, I think you can find him kind of a little closer to the middle of the draft in the first round. So I would not be against. If Delane drops to you, you take him. But if Terrell if you think he's going to be there in kind of that 15 to 20 range, maybe you drop down a few spots and take him. Because the reality is this. Remember the last couple years prior to this year, they had been decimated through injury along the offensive line. So what we saw was a lot of guys get reps along the offensive line, and it boded well for them this past year because whenever a guy missed a little bit of time, those guys who had been, taken, who had gotten a chance to get opportunities in previous years, finally found their footing in a good way and found themselves in a situation where they were sturdy, even if they had to go to the second guy at guard or even at tackle for a stretch of time, whether that was a few plays or even a game or two.
All this happening, by the way, a lot of glazing going on this morning of the Rams front office in this decision. Now, Bergie, I will just tell you this. I'm on Max Crosby alert now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I mean, come on. Are the Raiders going to do something? Are they going to make the move? Are they going to stick with Crosby? Are they going to get him out? Are they going to accumulate draft capital? Are they going to use the asset that they have? Because 2 weeks ago at the Combine, it was like, he's a Raider. He's our guy. We talk about him all the time. Then earlier this week, it was, get ready because this thing could be going down anytime. I'm waiting. Are the Raiders going to do anything?
So I think John Spytak's doing the smart thing when he's at the Combine, saying, nope, he's a Raider. He's going to be here because you don't want other teams to come in and try and, lowball you. So they want a really high price for him, and if they get it, they'll do it. But if they don't, they're going to keep him. He's under contract for I think 3 more years, so they don't have to move him if they don't get the right deal, and they shouldn't move him if they don't get the right deal. It better be a really big. They want at least 2 number ones, I believe, and a player is what I'm reading.
I don't know, man. I don't know about all that. I mean,
what do you think that he's worth? He's $35 million a year for 3 more years.
I think, is that what his contract is? 35 a year?
I believe it's around 35.
Listen, there was a conversation I was watching earlier this morning on one of the morning shows because after I got done with all the SGA foul stuff, they moved into some of the NFL stuff. And listen, if you were the Dallas Cowboys and you thought you wanted a guy like Max Crosby, you're going to have to give up a lot to get him. But on the other hand, a guy like Trey Hendrickson, who is an available free agent from the Cincinnati Bengals, who may not be quite as good as Max Crosby, but I'd call him 80%. I'll take 80% of Trey Hendrickson for a free agent than I would in giving up a whole bunch of draft picks to go get Max Crosby. So that's like another small factor that the Raiders have to look at and consider is whoever wants a Max Crosby might also be interested in a lesser player but a more available free agent. And so maybe those teams decide, I'd rather go after this guy because he's an available free agent and he makes less money and I don't have to give up all this draft capital than go after a Max Crosby. So
I did
put
think
that out there.
I did think about that too, that really could affect Crosby because Hendrickson is a very, very good defensive lineman. So, he is $35 million this next year for 2026. Then it goes down a little bit, 29, 27, 28.
All right. Well, there you go. And by the way, hey, George, we talk about offensive line. You see what's going on with the Chargers' offensive line. We obviously know that their two tackles were both hurt last year. Their center is retiring.
Becton,
yeah. Then Becton, who they got through free agency, they're letting go of that guy because he was either hurt or when he did play, he didn't play very well. So the whole Charger offensive line is dependent on these two tackles coming back and being healthy, which the likelihood of these two guys coming off both major injuries, coming back the following year and both being healthy is, I would tell you, it's 50-50 at best. And then you lose a free agent offensive lineman that you picked up last year that you thought really highly of, and that didn't work out. Your center is retiring. I mean, that offensive line is a disaster. So there's a lot of football stuff that's going on here as we're just getting ready to get close to all the big movement around the NFL. Good job, Rams. You gave us something good yesterday. Appreciate that. Mic drop. That's it.
I love how you had to sneak in like the Chargers are a disaster.
Yeah, I have to throw that in there. I got to throw that in there, of course. By the way, did you see the player report cards?
That was
Did you happen to see that? The player report cards, Jim Harbaugh got a C+. That's what the Charger players thought about Jim Harbaugh, their head coach. C+.
Who's got it better than them? A lot of
the
people,
Rams.
apparently.
The Rams do. Because the Rams got it better than us? Yeah, because the Rams players said their head coach was an A+.
Yeah.
So,
well,
please.
I mean, Sean is an A+, yeah.
But what did they say about the ownership, Cappy, for the Chargers?
That's bizarre. The Charger players actually said that the team ownership was at like an A-. And I thought,
wow, that has to hurt you. That has to sting so bad.
It hurts bad, but I start to think to myself, like, why would you guys think that? And then I realized, well, you know what? You put a bunch of NFL players in a brand new state-of-the-art facility, and, you got nice locker rooms and you got nice training rooms. By the way, you got to have the best training rooms because all your players are always hurt. So you better have a really good training room because that's where they spend most of their time. So when you've given them this new facility, yeah, I mean, I could understand where these players are like, wow, our owners are really great. They got us this new facility. But, man, our coach is only a C+. Why do you give the coach a C+? Well, our offensive coordinator got a D-, and our defensive coordinator got an A, and our defensive coordinator went and became a head coach somewhere, and our offensive coordinator got fired. So I understand why Jim Harbaugh only got a C+.
Is Dean Spanos kind of like what Michelle Smallman was talking about with Stan Kroenke? Like, you're that
with
guy.
Les Snead, you mean?
Well, Les Snead, sorry. With Les Snead, that he comes over, he comes somewhere else, and all of a sudden he's this great boyfriend to everybody.
I'm still going to find that very hard to believe. Don't make that face at me because I'm never going to give them credit anyway. I'm not going to do it. There's no chance. Don't do it. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me over Dean Spanos. The hatred continues.
Do you guys find it interesting that the Raiders ownership got an A? They got an A in pretty much everything except bad grades for, their OC. You got an F, but everything else was like an A besides coaching staff.
Well, I mean, the Raiders in Vegas, everything is nice. It's new. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, why wouldn't they get
I just mean more like ownership. Don't people typically think like negatively of Mark Davis?
I think people clown Mark Davis.
I thought it was like he meddles too much in the team and he's too quick to change
I don't think he meddles.
things.
He does not. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't. His dad was a meddler for sure. Yeah, I mean.
Then why are the Raiders always so bad?
Bad hires?
Well, just no consistency is what I would say in regards to just the way the organization is run. But they've been, how long have they been in Vegas now?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, something right around there. Right on the time the Chargers
not
came
6-7.
No, more. No, not 6-7. But it could be even more than that. And the Chargers moved. Let's see. The Rams moved from St. Louis. I want to say 2015 or 16.
January
15, 16.
2020.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah, 5-6 years.
So the Raiders Raiders at 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's still fair. It's all still fairly new. They're trying to. They basically got to reset the Raiders in a big way.
Yeah, they got to reset in terms of a market, and they got to reset in terms of a stadium. But they have got no reset in terms of quality of play.
The Dolphins got a ton of great grades too, and they're not a good team. So I mean, I don't know if that results necessarily are indicative of these surveys.
Listen, it does hurt me to read that the Chargers ownership would get an A-. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah.
But especially when your head coach is considered such a celebrity, such a superstar, and they're only giving him a C+. Now, is that the head coach is taking it because the offensive coordinator was his best friend and he got a
Probably.
D- and they fired him?
Yeah, probably. All right, Cappy, coming up next, let's get into the Lakers. They're taking on Denver. But before that, tell us about your friends at the East Central.
I love the East Central Hotel. I was there on Tuesday night, and I'll just tell you, you walk in, the lobby's great because it's very contemporary. The furnishing's great. I sat in the lobby the other day for probably 30 minutes because I was on my phone. I was on a call. But it's just very comfortable. It's a nice place to hang out. People were checking in. And then I wound up checking in, and I got to my room. And I had the Madonna room, by the way. We always talk about the art that's in the biggest hotel rooms in all of downtown LA. Sometimes you got the Gretzky room. Sometimes you've got the Kobe room. Could be Steven Tyler. I happen to have the Madonna room. And these are all people that have performed, whether on the basketball floor, the hockey rink, or on the stage across the street. That's the beauty, really, of the East Central is the location. It's right across the street from LA Live. Now, you guys all know this by now, but if you're coming down to a show, a museum, a game, a restaurant, if you want to come enjoy downtown LA, the East Central's got the perfect location because we're literally right across the street from LA Live. Then once you get in, you realize these are the biggest hotel rooms in all of downtown Los Angeles. So when you combine location and space, and then I always talk about how soft the towels are, they're amazing. And the brand new gym, which has treadmills and bikes and dumbbells, things that you would use in a hotel gym, right next door to the Nixo Lounge, which you get a cocktail at night, watch a game, whatever. In the morning, they've got a great breakfast. All in all, given the location and the size of the rooms, that's part of it. But the people is what really makes the East Central special. You're coming to downtown LA, stay where we stay, the East Central Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, entertainment's official address.
And it's game day, which means it's time to BB go for it. Listen to Mason and Ireland today for your chance to play. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7 and guess which team scores the first 3-point basket of the game. Get it right, and you'll win a $100 BB Go promo code. Plus, be entered for a chance to win a trip to basketball's biggest stage. From our friends at BB Go, bring something different to the table. BB Go for it. We'll talk about that Lakers game tonight in Denver next on the Sedano Kap Morning Show on 710.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time. Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour, weekdays after 3 p.m. and try our new chili crisp dumplings, paired with a premium or beverage drink, like our delicious Thai tea, both for only $5. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. This March, during Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, our friends at Providence remind you that colorectal cancer often starts with no symptoms, but screening can save lives. If you're 45 or older, it's time to get screened. Providence brings together the best minds in cancer care, keeping you in the game with trusted, compassionate support. Take control of your health. Learn more at providence.org/SCA colonoscopy. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Work. You send me heavy work. 8:29. Sedano Kap Morning Show. And on this day back in 2016, the number one hit was Rihanna featuring Drake, Work. Love this song. Love Rihanna.
Work.
And also, today is National Potty Dance Day.
Wait, what?
Potty dance?
Yeah. Cap, you got a good potty dance? You know when you really got to go and you can't get to the bathroom, so you got to do a dance?
Well,
Kinda goes
usually
with
when
the
that
song.
happens, it happens in my car. You know, it's like a big fear thing for me. Like I'm in my car, and I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden it hurts really bad. So I don't know about you guys, but like I try and make little subtle movements like that, just like move things around like a little bit to try and avoid the pain. But it doesn't really
I
necessarily
don't have that problem.
work.
I
No, you
meant
don't
more
have that
like
issue?
we're about to go to break and I got to pee, so
Oh.
I'm just kind of like, dancing around a little bit.
Oh, no, I've been in Cappy's situation. I'll never forget. I was going – I don't know what game I was going to. I was driving to a game, like a football game, in the last calendar year. And I was stuck in traffic, and I had to go to the bathroom so bad.
One or two.
And I was like and it was like there was nothing you could do. Like, you're just stuck in traffic. And then I got stuck in stadium traffic. And as soon as I parked, I ran inside the stadium to go to the bathroom. Like, I was like, this thing is going to come out, so I need to run.
I guess that's the answer to the question, one or two. This thing. This
No. It was to
object.
pee. It was to pee.
Oh, just
no, it was to pee.
Oh,
It was to pee.
we thought there was an actual
if I don't
object.
hurry, like, my insides are going to explode. Like, that's how much I was holding it.
Oh, man. I've
So
been in
I
that
went to
situation.
I went to a bathroom, like, right as soon as, like, you walk into, like, the media section, there was, like, a bathroom, like, right there. And I was like, okay, here, I'm running in here. I must have, like, gone at the urinal for, like, easily well over, like, 90 seconds, 2 minutes straight.
Oh, wow. That's a world record.
Like in Austin
That-
Powers.
Yeah, that's a
When
world
he gets
record right there.
unfrozen.
Yeah, it felt like that. Yes.
Yeah.
It was
There's a
like
lot-
forever.
Yeah, because when I'm in that situation, I will take out my phone and I will time it. You know, I'm like,
Stop. No, you don't. You do
Yeah.
no, I
Okay,
swear to
now
God.
that's crazy. That's a
No,
little
it's
weird.
not.
I gotta be
No.
honest with
You
you.
gotta
I
pee
mean, I'm
really bad.
guesstimating that it was like 90 seconds or 2 minutes, but you are literally timing yourself. What are you, like, trying to, like, send it to Guinness? Like,
Well,
what are
I'm
you doing?
going to tell you right now, if you peed for 2 minutes straight, that would put you in the Guinness Book of World Records.
All right, I'm going to
just
look
so
up
you know.
the record
I don't
right
believe
now.
so.
World record for longest pee, George. You would be in the Guinness Book of World Records. I'm telling you, right next to the guy with the longest fingernails and the guy with the longest nipple hair. You would be sitting right next to that
And
guy.
the guy with the really long neck, the really tall neck.
Okay, because I'll just tell you something right now. I have driven from South to downtown L.A., desperately had to pee after a cup of coffee or a bottle of water or whatever, and then I get to the bathroom,
Okay.
I'm like, oh, my God, dude, I got to pee so bad. And then I'll take my stopwatch out, and I'll be like, okay, hey, 65 seconds. That's amazing. That's a new PR.
Okay, so it says here, based on available reports, there's no official Guinness World Record for longest time spent urinating. However, various sources and videos apparently have highlighted claims regarding One person claimed they went for 508 seconds.
3 minutes?
It's like 8.5 minutes.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's eight, but yeah,
really
about
bad.
300 seconds is 5 minutes, yeah.
There is no chance
There you
that a human being peed straight for that long.
Well, if they got on video, prove it, you know?
Yeah, prove it. I'd like to see it.
The average is about 20 seconds. The average. That's if you just got to go normal, you know?
Okay, 20 seconds. 20 seconds pretty good.
Prove it.
But George, your 90 seconds to 2 minutes may not be a world record, but it'd be damn impressive because I'd have to say to you at that point, nice bladder. I mean, that's
oh my gosh.
Yeah, nice and
Bladder
nice
strength.
control.
Yeah.
Nice bladder strength.
Bladder integrity. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of integrity here, bottom of the hour integrity.
Yeah.
Cappy, so the Lakers, we've talked about this a lot recently. They beat who they're supposed to beat, but they also lose who they're supposed to lose to.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent you guys this thing in the group chat a little while ago. The Lakers have lost 11 straight games as the underdog. Like, straight up have lost 11 straight games as the underdog. And they are an underdog today against Denver. Now, Denver is not playing as great. They're going through, like, a weird stretch. So maybe the Lakers can break the streak this time around. But it is pretty impressive how consistent the Lakers are. They beat the teams they're supposed to, and they lose to the teams they're supposed to lose to.
Denver is a 5.5-point favorite tonight. And by the way, for everybody that's still having the same problem that I'm having, and I know that George will slap back at me on this, but I'll just tell you guys, I'm giving you a heads up, all right? Because when you get tonight to go to watch the game and you can't figure out where it's at, and you go to ESPN and you go to ABC and you go to NBC and you still can't find the freaking game, it's on Prime tonight, okay? Just so everybody knows, it's on Prime tonight. You're welcome.
Wait, but is it an exclusive? I don't think it's an exclusive, is it?
Don't know that for sure. It says it's on Prime Video.
It might still be on Spectrum.
Which I think it probably is because I know that I saw Mike Trudell modeling yesterday like a Letterman's jacket as he was getting onto the team plane. And I know that Michael and Mike Trudell and everybody else was at a dinner last night. I saw their social media posts on social. So presumably the game is on Spectrum tonight as well.
It is on Spectrum, Sportsnet, and Prime Video, yes. For
okay,
those
I'll be watching it on Spectrum.
that don't get Spectrum and live somewhere else, you can watch it on Prime, yes.
Yeah.
So can you still watch it on Prime? Sorry, I don't mean to get into the logistics here, but I could still watch it on Prime even though it's on Spectrum, right? Because I don't have Spectrum.
Possibly. Sometimes there's blackouts, but it is possible you could watch either or, yes. I would say more times than not you can watch either or.
Okay, so here's one thing, though. You mentioned that the Lakers are 0 for 11 against the spread when they are the underdog in the last 11 games. Yeah. Okay, so in the last 11 games, they're not 1-10, they're not 2-9, they are 0-11 when they are the underdog against the spread. Now I'm looking at some of these spreads, and I'm trying to decide tonight: is there a play here? The Lakers are 5.5-point underdogs on the road in Denver. I'm looking for lines about that number, George. So, for example, San Antonio was a 9-point favorite, and they covered. Oklahoma City was a 6.5-point favorite, and they covered. Boston was a 1-point favorite, and they covered no problem, obviously. Should I take the Nuggets tonight to cover 5.5 and continue this streak of the Lakers being now it would move to 0-12? In their last 12 against the spread, 5.5? What do you think about that line tonight? Anybody got any smart ideas? I'll play the game. Because I don't usually play these NBA games. I play on Prize Picks, and I just play the players and the props. But on a game like tonight, with this sort of data available to us, for their last 11, I would maybe play this. You know what? Do I play it as in, well, they got to break out of this at some point and cover the spread even if they don't win? Or do I play it the other way? Which is
let me get a feel for this.
I think you play the Nuggets because that way you're rooting for the Lakers to win because you want them to win because go Lakers. But then if they lose, you're like, well, at least I won on my Prize Picks.
Also, when they play some of the
you win both
You're hedging,
ways, right?
Lindsay. You're hedging.
Exactly.
Yes.
But it seems like the Lakers, when they play some of the top-tier teams, I know Sedano was just saying that they haven't been playing that well recently. They lose, and they lose by double digits. It's just how every when they play like the Thunder or the Rockets, it doesn't really turn out well for them.
Well, you know what, Bergie? To your point, like, okay, So the Lakers have won their last 3 games. And people,
So here's what I will say.
All right, tell me. Let me hear what you're going to say.
No, I'm sorry, because I thought he was addressing me. But go ahead, Cappy, go.
Well, I'm just going to say this. The Lakers have won their last 3 games, right? So you tell me, Golden State, impressive win?
No.
Why not?
There was no Jimmy
Nobody was
Butler
playing.
and no Steph Curry.
Okay. Sacramento, impressive win?
No, the worst team in the league.
Okay. And then most recently against New Orleans, where they just barely got by at home on Tuesday night. You guys tell me, impressive
Wendy
win?
said it was a quality win, so I'll say it was a quality win.
You know what?
Yeah,
It's fine.
you've only had 3 games of DeJounte Murray and Zion Williamson together. They need a little more time together.
Yeah. In fact, Wendy kind of called it. He said it's kind of a sneaky good win against New Orleans because New Orleans had their full complement of guys, everybody healthy. But to your point, Bergie, they haven't played together very much. So what you've done here in the last 3 games is you've gone Golden State without their top players, the Kings who are just a disaster, and the Pelicans who, have really no consistency in their roster and they have sub-20 wins. There's a 19-win team, New Orleans. So those 3 wins might convince you that the Lakers have gotten it together and that they're going to go on the road tonight and that they're going to get a quality win. I mean, George, this would be a quad 1 caliber win if the Lakers could be on the road and win.
Quad 1?
That's right. I'm college basketballing this thing. This could be a really big quality win. Let me say this. If the Lakers win tonight against Denver, all of a sudden my perception of the Lakers could start to change a little bit. But they've won 3 games against 3 bad teams. They've caught these 3 teams at the right time or in the right place. I find it very hard to believe that they're going to go to Denver and win this game tonight.
What'd you say, Sedano? You were saying you'd say this.
I think they'll cover tonight, the 5.5.
Ooh.
And I think that if they're going to cover, they've got a legit shot to win the game.
Okay. Sedano likes the cover.
So essentially, you're saying that they are gonna win the game, or close.
Well,
you feel like they're gonna win.
I'm saying that they're gonna be right there. So if they're right there, you can win the game. I think it's more of a coin flip than 5.5. I think it's probably like a 1-possession game. So if it's a 1-possession game, they've got a shot to win the game.
I would love to see them win this game. I just have seen Jokic and Murray against this team in the past, and they just tear them apart. I know there's no Peyton Watson and there's no Aaron Gordon, but the 2 of them just go on complete beast mode when they play the Lakers.
Hey, let me ask you guys this question. Let's just say tonight during the game things get a little physical, right? And let's say there's a little dust-up in the game. And let's say Jokic gets pissed and gets that look on his face that I've never seen before and I hope to never see again. Who from the Lakers? It was scary. Who from the Lakers would be on the receiving end of that? Who from the Lakers has no choice but to be the guy that gets grabbed by Jokic? Who's your guy tonight?
Well, it's not Luka because they're friends, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's not
they're
LeBron.
Probably friends with Maxi Kleba, but he's questionable, so I don't know if he's playing or not.
See, but Kleba was my guy.
Yeah, that would be the guy, but wouldn't
right.
they may be friends.
I mean, this is easy for me. Like, it's either Marcus Smart or Vando. Like, those are the only 2 guys who are, like, agitators,
Yeah, but, like, if Jackson Hayes gets in the way of Jokic.
Maybe.
Yeah, but Jokic will pick him up with one hand and throw him like a paper airplane. I mean, seriously. Right? And DeAndre Ayton would be like, I don't really care
He'll
enough.
run the other way.
Well,
right? DeAndre Ayton would be like, I don't have enough passion for this thing to even get in the way of this guy. Forget about that.
I mean, it could be Rui because everyone likes to hold on to
DeAndre Ayton would be like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Yeah, right. And LeBron, hey, LeBron, how come you didn't get in the way of all this? Yo, man, I'm 41. Like, we'll go back to the exact same thing.
I'm 41 years old.
No,
right.
You know what he would say?
You have to ask Luka what he saw.
Yeah, ask Luka.
Well, everyone likes to hang on to the idea that Rui Hachimura is a good defender because he played well against against Jokic like 3 years ago. So maybe it'll be that guy.
I will say this: I have a theory on how challenging it has to be to play with Luka if you're LeBron, and I think he is doing, because I know you played that bite. I think he's doing all the right things, like both on the floor and outwardly towards the media. But it has got to be challenging for someone of his skill set historically to play with Luka. And I think it's why they're incompatible to some extent. We can get into that a little bit on the
Yeah,
other
I'd like to
side
hear
because I
what you
got to
think.
run, obviously, at the top of the hour. But how about you guys tell us about your friends at VisionWorks?
Well, how about first you tell us about your friends at Cadillac Beverly Hills since you got to run at the top of the hour?
Yeah, you tell us about Cadillac.
I can
We'll
tell you about our friends
VisionWorks
at
later.
Cadillac at Beverly Hills. Oh, okay, cool, no problem. Real quick, guys, it's very simple. We've teamed up with the finest dealership in America, Cadillac at Beverly Hills. Look, we know Cadillac. When was the last time you've driven one? Well, I was so lucky to drive a number of different vehicles from Cadillac at Beverly Hills. The Escalade IQ, the Vistic, which my wife is we're going to try to get her in one now. But the Lyric, to me, man, it was perfect for me. Because I don't love a huge vehicle to get around town or whatnot. I just need enough room to get my kids' stuff in there, take them to where they need to go, get to and from work or whatnot, get to my home away from home at LAX. And this Lyric, man, they start at about $400. And the other thing is, the one I was in, the V, that thing is the fastest EV SUV in the world right now, 0 to 60. And this new lineup of Cadillac EVs, sedans, and SUVs define luxury at the top of its game, and you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills, man. Listen, when you drive a Cadillac, you know you've made it. And why wouldn't you want to drive a beautiful American luxury vehicle? So go in and say hello to the incredible team at Cadillac of Beverly Hills, my guys Tony and Dan. Check out their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, or you can check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
And it's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Call right now, 213-799-0139. That's 213-799-0139. And caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of GA tickets to the Big 12 semifinals Game 1 at Cosm on Friday, March 13th. Catch every buzzer beater and every bracket-busting moment on Cosm's immersive shared reality displays, only with ESPN LA. And Sedano is going to explain why he thinks it's a challenge for LeBron to play with Luka sometimes, next on 710 ESPN.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. Everyone loves the new 2026 Toyota Electric BZ XLE that has a range of over 300 miles. You can drive one away on a 36-month lease with any old free and clear trade down for only $239 a month. That's a $36,000 car that needs no gas. No cash required. Just drive any old car, truck, or van you own outright in the Wonder Toyota or Northridge Toyota and drive out with a $239 lease payment.
2026 Toyota BZ XLE FWD. Offer good on any BZ model in stock with an MSRP under $36,650. Over 10 to choose from. Lease excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fees.
He's a dog. Hey, it's May. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play just $5. That's right. Prize Picks now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Pick from all your favorite sports, anything from basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, college basketball, tennis, golf, esports, and more. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast and secure. Prize Picks accepts most major payment methods, making deposits into your account quick and easy this sports season. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MACE, M-A-S-E, $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text CAR to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text CAR to 215-215. That's CAR to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
By the way, speaking of tap it, go tap the like button, you mongrels.
Yeah, tap that like button, mongrels.
Let's go.
More Sedano and Cap right now.
She was standing there, she never took her eyes off me.
Oh, you feel the woman access to your villa. Just for son of weakness, all of your clean on your pillar.
8:48. Sedano Kap Morning Show. And on this day, back in 2001. Sorry, I couldn't find it on my screen. 2001, the number one hit was Shaggy. It wasn't me.
So good.
It's also National Absinthe Day, so make sure you drink plenty of absinthe.
National Absence Day?
Absinthe.
Oh,
Isn't
I
that a
thought
drink?
like you meant like where people don't go to school.
No. I don't have a lisp. Absinthe.
What's absinthe?
Isn't it a drink?
Yeah, it's the green.
Yeah, the green stuff.
Drink?
The green
Yeah. It's
alcohol. Yeah.
Never had absinthe.
There's a show named after it in Vegas called Absinthe.
Oh, no, that I've seen.
Yes.
Oh, see? So that it's named after a drink.
I did not know that.
Well, now you know.
I did not know that. That is wild.
Weird,
That is
wacky, wild.
That is wild stuff. That I did
Did
not
you know that absinthe was banned in like the early 1900s?
I did not.
And
Why?
it wasn't legalized until like many years later.
What's in it? What's the deal?
I don't know why. I just know that.
So there's like different kinds of it, and one of it's, I think one's hallucinogenic, and there's other ones like at bars around here that is not, but there's hallucinogenic absinthe.
Here's what it says on Google. Absinthe.
I'm drinking Voss water.
Voss water? Yeah. Nice. I always like the
It
bottle
was in
of
my
Voss.
hotel room.
Yeah, I
they don't
like
make
those
them with glass
bottles.
anymore.
Yeah.
Happy.
No, those are the plastic ones?
No, but this one is glass.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Hey,
No,
speaking
it's
of glass, real
Yeah.
quick, Happy, why don't we tell us about our friends at Vision Works really quick here before top of the hour?
We could do that.
Just
could
like
do that.
we were there on Friday,
Yeah.
had a great time. You missed it, George. Cap also said that he was afraid to drink coffee that day because he didn't want to have to do one of his potty dances.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
he was a little off that day because he couldn't. He goes, "I'm too afraid. I don't want to chance it." So anyway, yeah, we had a great time at Vision Works where they make shopping simple. Unlike other brands, Vision Works makes things simple by organizing frames by shape and by price, and they also make things simple with their scheduling. You can schedule an eye exam anytime on their website at visionworks.com, or you can give them a call if you want to. You can book an appointment evening. You can book an appointment early in the morning. They can work with your schedule. Right, Cappy?
Yeah, so remember when I ordered 3 pairs of glasses at Vision Works?
Yes.
And they were like, well, we're going to get you 1 pair because we're going to hook you up so that you can talk about them. The other 2 pairs, bro, you got eye insurance or what's your story? Well, the reason I wanted 3 is because I was worried that I would lose the first pair.
And you just did.
And I lost my pair of really fancy Ferragamo glasses that I got at Vision Works because they've got super high-end brands, and then they've got stuff that's a lot less expensive should you not really care. But, George, the good news is I found my Ferragamos. You know?
Thank goodness.
I know. Gosh.
Oh, nice.
I was so worried. I was like, gosh
They look
darn
nice.
it, I finally got my first pair of glasses, and I lost them right away. Hey, listen, I want you to go to Vision Works to get your eyes looked at because I, for the longest time, would squint and things were blurry. And I'm like, I'm still fine. I can see. And really, it's just an ego thing where you don't want to admit that, you're getting a little older and your eyes are getting a little bit weaker. When you go for an annual eye exam, they're not just looking at your sight. They're also looking at early signs of possible glaucoma, diabetes, hypertension, things you don't want to deal with, but you won't know if you don't get that eye exam, Lindsay. So that's one of the main reasons why we're encouraging people to go to Vision Works.
So go to Vision Works, schedule your appointment online, visionworks.com. And they've got the BOGO going on. 2 pairs, 1 easy decision. Buy 1, get 1 free at Vision Works. Now, George, before we get out of here and you head off to do your basketball stuff, why
Where are
don't
you
you
going
pay out
next?
that tease?
Yeah, I want to know where you're going next, too.
Boston.
On your way to Boston, huh?
Doing Jason Tatum's first game back.
And what is that game Friday? Game tomorrow?
Friday, and then I also have Boston on Sunday on ABC against Cleveland. I'll be in Cleveland. Cleveland, this is for you.
Oh, wow.
Cleveland, this is for you.
And didn't Boston get ham-slammed last night by Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte's been pretty
Against
good,
the
though.
Hornets, who are balling out, dude.
I'm telling you.
Like, the Hornets are legit. So that loss the Lakers had to the Hornets, not so bad anymore.
They
but
won 6 in a
anyway,
row,
real
right?
quick, because and they had won like more than that, double digits before that.
Mm-hmm.
They had 1 loss in between. They've won like something crazy, like 20, 19, or maybe more than that. So anyway, when I watched Luka recently, it was fun. Someone around the league, right? Just someone who played in the NBA. And I asked them, I said, I don't think LeBron and Luka are compatible. And he's like, they're not. And I'm like, why is that? And he goes, they could be. He's like, but it's really more of a Luka thing. And I said, why is that? And this person, by the way, does not know either guy. Never played with either guy, okay?
Former NBA player, though.
And as a matter of fact, yeah, former NBA player, old head, like not a young, and or not a recently retired guy. And he said, if you watch Luka play, like he's and he takes like the first 4 or 5 shots usually. You know what I mean? Like he's like doing a heat check from the beginning of the game. And he goes, and again, I don't know LeBron, but I've watched LeBron play since he was a child, and that has to go against everything in his DNA. You know what I mean? Like LeBron is a get guys involved early guy. You know what I mean? Like, and then he'll get his 25 points. You know what I mean? Like in his prime. And Luka's just not that. Like Luka plays with this like, and he goes, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing necessarily because it's clearly worked for him, is what he told me. He goes, but I could see where guys are like, you know, if you're a role player, it's great to play with Luka because you have a specific role. You got to start in your role. You're expecting the ball, you know, late in the clock or whatever. But if you're another star, like I could see that being a challenge playing with him. He goes, the fact that Kyrie made it work was pretty impressive because, again, Kyrie was a guy that, you know, likes to have the ball in his hands. But what he said was Kyrie also played with LeBron, who likes to have the ball in his hands and played off the ball. So he did have some experience with that, although LeBron is a more giving player. But that's what he said to me. He's like, Luka, you know, he didn't call him a ball hog, and I'm not calling that either. He's just saying he will go get his first. And that is kind of got to be tough for LeBron just based on the way he's wired.
All right, interesting. I would say that if you were going to stick around, I'd probably want to dig into that. So let's put a pause on that.
Well, how about we dig into it tomorrow?
Let's bring it back tomorrow.
Vertical tease.
Yes, let's bring. And by the way, let's see what happens tonight when the Lakers take on the Nuggets. And I'm going to be monitoring that and watching that from the very beginning. And then we'll pick it up tomorrow. George, travel safely, man, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, have a good trip. Bring me back something French. All right, so we're going to switch over to Rich Eisen here terrestrially, but you can join us on the YouTube over at ESPN Los Angeles. Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'll see you in a few minutes.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You know I'm serious about the game day menu, right? If we've got the game on, I'm not messing around in the kitchen. You know what I'm doing? I'm going straight to Pizza Hut. Right now, they've got 2 insane deals. A large 1-topping pizza or a medium 3-topping pizza for just $9.99 each when you carry out. Order online at pizzahut.com, or if you don't have it by now, grab your phone and download the Pizza Hut app and bring home a guaranteed win tonight.
Available at participating locations. Extra charge for stuffed crust and original pan, extra cheese, and extra toppings.
Call Jacob. And there it is, LA, the new number that's changing the game. 800-345-6789.
From courtside to curbside, when accidents happen, Jacob's the one you call.
With nearly 3 decades of experience, Jacob has the reputation to get you the compensation you deserve.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite awards show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry. Offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Did you know Children's Hospital Los Angeles is changing the game in pediatric heart care? They're first in the world to implant an FDA-approved cardiac stent that grows with the child, meaning fewer surgeries, less time in the hospital, and more time for kids to just be kids. CHLA also ranks among the nation's best for heart transplant success rates and runs the largest congenital heart program on the West Coast. So put your child's heart in the hands of the team that's setting the pace. To learn more, visit chla.org.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, we've seen it all, and we're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at hrblock.com.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap morning show.
I'm not joking around, George. I'm sitting at 6:30 a.m. this morning. I have my feet in my electric foot massager, and I'm watching that video. What?
This song definitely gives it a different...
What's an electric foot massager?
You know,
like you put your feet in it?
Yeah, you know, it's like one of those little foot massager thingies. You know what I mean? Like you put both feet in it, and they kind of rub the balls of your feet. You know what I mean?
The Sedano and Kap morning show is on the air.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
But Cappy was apparently under the weather. So didn't come back to LA Live, said he went to South. Was it really that he was under the weather, or was somebody saying, Scott, you better get home?
I would suggest, I have a famous saying, Cappy, as you know.
Let me hear it.
That two things can be true at once.
Right,
you know?
right. That's in this particular case. The two things could be true at once.
You better get your ass home, Scott.
You give up your Sunday, you get your ass home.
I saw you eating food with that fatty.
A little sabor.
Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
No. Giant Mexican, horn section.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap morning show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit boy.
Right now.
Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
So, right, that's right. Of course we were.
Here it comes.
9:02 on the Sedano and Kap morning show. Breaking news. Let's go to our breaking news desk with Gregory Arthur Bergman.
According to Adam Schefter, the Bears and the Bills have made a trade. DJ Moore is going to the Bills. And compensation is still being discussed on the side of what the Bills are giving up. But both sides are pushing to make it happen.
Well, I think For those that were following the Buffalo Bills this year and thought, well, this is Josh Allen's chance. There's no Patrick Mahomes involved in this. There's no Joe Burrow involved in this year's postseason. This is going to be the year for the Buffalo Bills, and the big complaint for the Bills was they don't really have a number one wide receiver per se, and this is an opportunity to go grab one. We'll see if that actually happens, if this deal gets consummated.
Breaking news is always presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupon and locations near you.
All right, beautiful. Hey, Dr. Clapper is going to jump in and join us here in a matter of moments.
How are you?
And then we got a lot of other stuff we want to get to here this morning as Sedano makes his way from New York City to Boston, and then from Boston on his way to Cleveland. And we got a lot to get to, though, here in the 9 o'clock hour, in the YouTube hour. But here is Dr. Clapper back on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Good morning, Doctor. How are you?
Good morning, Scott. Good to talk to you, as always.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Doc? How's things going?
Busy. Just, when it starts snowing, the ski injuries start mounting up. And I'm totally convinced that those parabolic skis create more ACL tears than the old-fashioned skis.
Doc, do you see more skiers getting hurt, or do you see more pickleball players getting hurt?
Two different kinds of injury. They're both increasing. The acute injury is in the skier because the new ski boots no longer break the tibia like they used to. They were called boot top fractures. But Rossignol and the big companies decided, well, we'll just make the ski boot a little bit higher. Great. So you know what that does? When you twist and fall, you don't break your tibia, you don't fracture the bone, but you rip the hell out of the ligaments inside the knee. So there are more ACL tears. But in pickleball, I don't see acute injuries in pickleball. People don't come to me with a torn rotator cuff or a torn Achilles tendon in pickleball. They come to me that, oy vey, I'm 50 years old. Now you need to do my knee replacement because I play 5 hours a day pickleball. That's what I see.
What did you see? Why the parabolic skis? What is the difference between the skis, the old ones and new ones now? I know you're talking about the boots, but...
Good question, Greg. They make a beginner skier, because it's a higher performance type of concept to do a parabolic ski. So a beginner skier feels like they can ski better on these skis. So they feel like they're an intermediate skier, and they're not. And also, when you go to stop, they keep going. And so those two features, you think you're better than you are, and the ski keeps going when you try to stop them, leads to way more injuries, in my opinion.
I know, and I'll tell you something, Doc. I'm supposed to go to Mammoth this weekend, and I'm trying to make a decision as to whether or not I'm really going to pull this thing off. And a lot of times it's really just about the conditions. Like, do they have good enough snow? It's gotten warmer. They haven't gotten snow in maybe a couple of weeks. Anybody who's tuning in right now, if you've been up to Mammoth here recently, let me get your feedback on whether or not this weekend will be a good weekend to hit the mountain. But, Doc, lots of other things.
As your orthopedic surgeon, Scott, I would say pass.
Really? Now, wait a second. Now, are you saying pass because of conditions, or are you saying pass because, hey, Mr. 56-year-old overweight guy who's not in shape for skiing, don't do it to yourself?
Correct. The latter.
And by the way, Doc, I love the use of the phrase oy vey. I use it all the time, and I've even got my Shiksa girlfriend who now uses oy vey regularly, just so you know.
Oh, the Shiksa girlfriend. God bless you. That's every man's dream. Every Jewish guy's dream is the Shiksa goddess.
Yeah, that's what you do. You first you marry, and then you have kids, and then you get divorced, and then you get whatever. Dr. Clapper, let's start off talking about some injuries that are out there that are certainly impacting not just teams, but really the overall sport. I'll start off with Steph Curry. This is a huge injury. We saw what the Lakers did to Golden State. They don't have Jimmy Butler because he's out for the year. They don't have Steph Curry now. And it looks like Steph Curry is going to be out for approximately another 10 days. Can you explain what this condition that's being called runner's knee, what is that?
Yeah, so everybody who's do this safely, who's driving, or if you're sitting right now, I want you to go ahead and feel your kneecap. And it's this round Oreo cookie kind of, or poker chip type of bone that you can feel. And now I want you to think of it as a clock. There's 12 o'clock, the top of the kneecap. Then there's 6 o'clock, the bottom of the kneecap. When you have pain at 12 o'clock, that's the quadriceps muscle, which when it fires, it allows you to extend your knee. And when microscopically you rip the attachment of the quad muscle, we can call that a jumper's knee, for example. And when you feel 6 o'clock, you're feeling the patella tendon. And microscopically, when that tears, which is what Steph Curry has, we call that a runner's knee. But you got to ask yourself, why did God give us a kneecap? What exactly does it do? And here's the answer. In order for us to stand up, we got to fight gravity. And in my case, I weigh 200 pounds. So to get me to stand up from a seated position, you really need strong muscles. But in addition to strong muscles, you need a mechanical advantage. So here's a clap revision. You're standing in front of your refrigerator in your kitchen. Go ahead, try and lift your refrigerator. Forget about it. You cannot lift your refrigerator. But if you take a brick and a 2x4 and you stick it in front of the refrigerator and you wedge the 2x4 over the brick under the refrigerator with one finger, you can push down and you can lift a 300-pound refrigerator because it's a mechanical advantage to have that brick on the floor. Well, your kneecap is a bone that literally forms inside the tendon itself of the quadriceps muscle and tendon. It literally grows inside and gives you that mechanical advantage like lifting the refrigerator. That's why you're able to stand up. And so when you tear that attachment, which is what Steph Curry has done, it's exquisitely painful, and he's got to be shut down.
All right, so do you think that 10 days is realistic? I mean, you guys would have to look this up, but I don't know how long Steph's been out. It feels like it's been quite some time. Do you think 10 days is realistic, Doc?
I think 10 days is realistic because he is such an elite athlete. It's not something that needs surgery. We can modify how the attachment feels with a very elegant thing called a chopat, which is a band, a Velcro little strap. You don't really need a full knee brace, but you can use this pressure right over the patella tendon. I think it's realistic that he'll come back. It will not rupture. He's not going to need surgery for this, but I think 10 days is plenty of time.
Hey, Doc, we just said goodbye to Sedano because he's on his way to Boston, and he mentioned that he'll be on the broadcast this weekend, I guess tomorrow night, for Jason Tatum's return. Are you surprised that Tatum is coming back during the regular season, given the injury he had last year? Are you surprised that he's coming back this quickly? And maybe you don't think it's that quickly. And the follow-up to that is, expectations, not just in Game 1, but over the course of the final month or 20-ish games of the regular season for Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum is not going to look like the Jason Tatum that we know and love, even though we're Laker fans. He's an amazing athlete. He still wears his Kobe Bryant wristband, which is why I still love him, even though he's a Celtics fan. But he will not have the explosiveness. He will not have – he's still an amazing player, but it's going to take him a lot more time to get that fine-tuning. But to see him back on the court – and remember, why is it so different? It's different because the sutures we use are better. The way we do the surgery is better. We don't just attach the two tendons together. We bolt it into the bone. And the way we do rehab now is not what we used to do. It's better. So it does not surprise me, but everybody needs to calm down. He'll probably have one or two plays that will go, oh, my God, he's amazing, but it won't be sustainable. He needs much more time to get that fine-tuning down, but it is amazing, and it's something that as an orthopedic surgeon, as a community, I am very proud to be a part of because look at what we can do now that we couldn't do before.
Yeah, I almost feel like guys now, whether it's Achilles or ACLs, like they can make it back faster than ever before, and maybe that's just a perception. I'm not sure that there must be data somewhere to tell us one way or the other. But even like we were talking yesterday, the Rams made this trade to get this defensive back who's a young kid, 25 years old, kind of at the beginning of his, he's already got all-pro credentials, but he's really pulling into the heart of his career. And part of the reason maybe would be because Patrick Mahomes and the injury that he sustained at the end of last year, and he probably is not expected to be back until the latter part of the season, which I mean, that's even if the Chiefs would need him to come back. Do you think guys are coming back faster than ever before on ACLs and Achilles injuries?
They definitely are for the reasons I just mentioned. But you know what? There's, now that I'm, listening to you, Scott, it makes me think so much, and you've been in sports your whole life, so much of what we appreciate is the mental aspects, right? They all have the talent. It's just the focus, right? The mental aspect of it. So let's think back in time when that first guy broke the 4-minute mile. I mean, nobody ever ran faster than 4 minutes in a mile. Then one guy did it. And in that same year, 3 other guys broke the 4-minute mile. Mm-hmm. So some of it is you see it, you can imagine it, it's there in front of you, and now you can come back quicker. And I think the mental aspects of being able to see other guys come back so beautifully from an Achilles tendon, whether it's Klay Thompson or Kevin Durant, for Jason Tatum to see that has to absolutely inspire him to come back quicker.
All right, Dr. Robert Clapper on Sedano and Kap in the morning. Doc, not a household name necessarily, but a guy who I've watched play a couple of times because when he came to play the Lakers, I was like, this guy is just one of those freaky big dudes that I wanted to kind of check out on my own. Zach Edey from the Grizzlies, season-ending ankle surgery. What do you got on that guy?
So he's, it's apropos to talk about Zach Edey because he's the dude, the 7'3" center at Purdue. Remember how he took them all the way basically, and now he's playing in Memphis. But here's what's interesting: in June, he had a bad ankle. It hurt. He rolled it, and in June had ankle surgery to tighten up the lateral or the little toe side of his ankle because it's stretched out, just like Steph Curry, who we were talking about. So he had surgery in June. Well, now, lo and behold, here we are. The guy keeps complaining his ankle hurts. They do an MRI. Guess what they see? They see a bone bruise in the talus. What's the talus? If you now, here's a Clapper vision. Go look at your foot. Gas pedal down, your foot goes up. Gas pedal down. Where you dorsiflex and plantarflex the ankle. It's a ball and socket joint. The ball in the center of your ankle, which, by the way, doesn't look like a ball. It actually looks like a marshmallow. That bone is called the talus. When they did an MRI recently, they saw that there's a bone bruise. There's a contusion. Why does he have a contusion? Well, he's having surgery this week to fix the big toe side of his ankle, to tighten it up. And it reminds me, believe it or not, of Leonardo da Vinci. Because Leonardo da Vinci, towards the end of his career, was fascinated by things that were invisible, whether it was the tide of the ocean or wind. So as a painter, Leonardo da Vinci began painting the effect of wind. He would paint trees that were blowing, or he would paint seascapes where you saw the tide. He painted the effect of what was invisible. And that's what this reminds me of. You can't see the ligament damage in Zach Edey's ankle, but we know there's a problem with his ligament because we see bruising in the bone. Those ligaments are actually supposed to be protecting. So you tightened up one side. Now the poor guy now has to have surgery on the other side of his ankle. It's a fascinating injury.
Doc, before you roll out of here, 2 things that I always want to ask you about that sometimes we don't have time for, so I will since it's just you and me. A, are we surfing and where this weekend?
Yes, we are. On my brand new surfboard made by Wayne Rich, the Michelangelo of surfing from Santa Barbara. I will be in the ocean in Ventura. I can't wait.
It's not a parabolic surfboard, is it, Doc?
No, but you know what's interesting? When he shaped this board for me, Scott, I went, he invited me to come where he was shaping it so I could participate in the making of my very own surfboard. And I just watched a master look at this blank fiberglass board, and he would look at it, and I could look in his eyes, and this guy, Wayne Rich, sees the water coming off the board before it's even a finished product. It was just a delight to be with the guy who made the board. So I will be using that board this weekend.
All right. And then what are we eating this weekend?
I have mastered the ultimate recipe for pizza dough. I've been working on it for like 3 months. So now I make my own dough, my own sauce, and I told my wife last night I'm going to start mixing vinegar and milk. I'm going to start making my own mozzarella cheese because I want to do it all from scratch. But I've actually conquered the sauce, and this week I found the perfect recipe. Maybe next time I come on, if people are interested, I will tell you how to make the ultimate New York pizza dough.
What would be really nice is if you could shoot some video while you are making it, and then we could air it on the YouTube while we're having that conversation. We could actually see it.
Where else are you going to hear Leonardo da Vinci, pizza, and Zach Edey's ankle explained? No place else, Scott Kaplan.
No, there is no place else that's talking about Zach Edey's ankle. That I assure you. Doc, have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And should I make it to Mammoth, I will be extra careful.
Well, you got my card. You got me on speed dial in case you need me. Anytime, Scott.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Clapper.
Okay. God bless
you. There you go. God bless you. Dr. Clapper stopping by. Good appearance.
Cappy, before we take a quick break here, we're going to give something away here on the Sedano Kap Morning Show. It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. So call right now, 213-799-0139. Again, it's that wacky, weird number, 213-799-0139. And caller number 7 wins a 4-pack of GA tickets to the Big 12 semifinals game, number 1 at Cosm on Friday, March 13th. Catch every buzzer beater and bracket busting moment on Cosm's immersive shared reality displays, only with ESPN LA. And hey, make sure you call and you try and get those tickets, because who knows? Could be UCLA up there playing in that game. Could be a great game. Probably will be a great game because it's a tournament game. So call now.
Did you say it was a Big 12 game though?
Oh yeah, maybe it's not that.
No.
Greg told me to say that.
I'll take that one.
Greg told me to
you're
say
taking that L, huh, Bergie?
Told me to say that.
When I do something wrong,
well,
I will take that
As
L.
I read it, I was like, wait a
paper.
minute, they're in the Big Ten now, but maybe I'm wrong, so I'm just going to read what Greg told me to.
No, you were the right.
Hey, you know what I'm going to do?
The Big Ten has 8.
This is garbage.
The Big Ten has.
Who wrote this?
Has 18 teams. The Big 12 has 10 teams. It's all messed up. No one knows anything that's going on in either of these big teams.
Right.
Then there's the Big East.
Win.
The Big East used to have 16 teams. Now they have 4 teams. I don't know where anything is anymore.
What is his phone number?
Lindsay, unfortunately, I was actually really listening. Wait a second. Hold on. You said Big 12, then later you said UCLA? Wait, that doesn't seem to make sense. Anyway, coming up next, Bergie, we have not done our daily Dodger report. Let's get to that on the way. We're into the YouTube hour on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Tomorrow night, the heart of Los Angeles beats black and gold.
And the black and gold stay perfect to start 2026.
LAFC are on fire to start 2026 with 4 straight wins across all competitions.
Curling shot, and in! Oh, Mark Delgado with a curler to the back post.
Los Angeles Football Club battle FC Dallas from BMO Stadium. Coverage begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the ESPN LA app.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Mason in Ireland, the biggest show on the radio.
I did 3 full-on movies in my career.
A whole, like you were like a main part? How do you do that? Over and over and over, say the same thing over and over.
Well, it's not Fincher. He's not, the directors aren't like driving you into the ground saying the lines over and over. You just need to nail it once. Like they call me One Take Mace.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube. You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
It must be quite a thing for you to see 2 stars of our magnitude.
Sedano and Kap have taken over Morning Drive.
And this isn't some hologram nonsense. This is in the flesh, baby. The 2 of us together.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
What do we got here, Linz?
9:22.
back.
Did she leave the studio? She was so upset about the.
She's giving away those Big 12 tickets. Remember?
Oh, all right. She's giving away those UCLA tickets.
UCLA.
Hey, by the way, speaking of UCLA, have you guys seen the video on social media of Mick Cronin? You talk about a guy who is in.
There's always something crazy.
Well, no, but there's this. He's in, to me, damage control mode, the way I see it. And Mick Cronin has like this selfie video. It looks like he's probably out back in his house, which, oh, by the way, looks really, really nice, his backyard, presuming that's where he is. And he's talking about giving away tickets for UCLA playing USC this weekend in basketball at the Galen Center over at USC. So he's trying to get like some support from the UCLA people to come cross town and come support the UCLA basketball team. They've had some big wins here in the last couple of weeks. Ever since that whole Michigan State disaster, every time they've gotten a win, Bergie, I'm like, that's a horrible win.
Right.
Terrible win.
The Nebraska win was a really, really good win. It was to the point where they won by double digits, and they were up by double digits basically the whole game. I think they won that game by 20, actually. Nebraska was the number 9 team in the country, and UCLA is so good at home. Listen to this. They are 18-1 at home with some big wins, and the only one they lost was in double overtime. The only problem is you don't play in the tournament at Poly Pavilion.
Yeah, that is kind of an issue.
Yeah.
And by the way, I just want to say that I know I will admit that I do not follow college basketball very closely, but I follow it enough to know that they're in the Big Ten, and that's why I paused. And then when you said that, I just, I feel like I'm a complete moron for saying that they could be UCLA in the Big 12 tournament. But Greg literally did tell me that.
Well, Lindsay, I already took it.
I know,
from the beginning. I said it was my fault.
You got to push me
further under the bus and
yes, that's right.
Yes.
Right.
She's backing up,
forward,
back up, forward.
Back up. Right.
Like we're past it. I admitted to it. I took it already. Free mahi mahi.
I just wanted to go out on a limb and say, while I know that I am no ball knower when it comes to college basketball, I know that. I do know that. Well, but I thought, I don't know, maybe for some reason there was some weird thing going on and they're playing in that tournament.
I'm really glad that we went back to this.
No, so am I.
Hey,
I'm glad too.
It was important for me to make sure because before I couldn't defend myself too much because I had to get time to go take the calls, for the contest. Which
I already took it.
Congrats.
There was nothing to defend.
No.
Lindsay, you put it all over Bergie a second time.
Right, there was no reason.
There was a lot of reasons. I just want everybody to know that Bergie set me up for failure.
I just wanted everybody to know Greg screwed this up.
I'm wondering
it wasn't
now,
me.
though. I'm wondering though, what made you say that?
I didn't. I thought you said Big Ten.
Oh, okay.
There was nothing more than that.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if it was Big Ten, I'd be like, oh, heck yeah, come on. You want to see Ohio State? Probably in the Big Ten tournament, but no.
She threw you under the bus, bro, and then she backed up all over you.
And then went forward.
Yeah.
And backed up again.
And your guts are all over the ground.
Right.
You are road pizza right now.
Hey, speaking of the Big Ten tournament, isn't the women's game, isn't that going on right now?
Yes, it's going on right now. It's on the ESPN LA app if you want to listen to USC versus
Washington.
Washington.
Really?
The
women's
yesterday.
tournament is going on right now?
Yeah, the women's tournament is going on right now.
Oh, I just know that the first game was against Washington, so I thought that it was today, but maybe it's...
They played Washington yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe it is. It is Washington. You are correct.
See, another time where Lindsay's right and you're wrong, Bergie.
I do make the schedule.
You do make the schedule.
Why don't you point that out again, Linz, that you were right and he was wrong?
We need a sounder that's like, wrong.
The men's played Washington yesterday.
USC's men played
but I was
Washington.
talking about the women's.
No, I know. But
didn't they play Washington today?
They do play Washington. I didn't know who they played.
Okay.
Just so you know, I was watching that game. Just so you guys know. I was watching USC Washington in college basketball last night.
Who won?
Just so you know. Washington won that game last night.
Yeah, USC basketball, both sides, not great.
By the way, I'm not even sure if that's true, Lindsay, but I just made an assumption. I just made the assumption that USC lost the game.
Wrong.
Did they win? Did they actually win the game?
No, I have no idea.
No, they lost. They lost 91-72. USC.
Good job.
Yeah, they've lost like 6 in a row.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's exactly
the organ.
right.
Do you want to tell me how I was wrong again about the Big 12?
Wrong.
You want to do that?
Hey, who's the backup quarterback in the Big 12?
Hey, I also asked Berg. I said, who wrote this copy? Because for the liner, it says...
You want to throw somebody else under the bus
this
now?
This is what Christopher would have done. I'm just keeping up with the spirit. I'm not, but I'm just keeping up with the spirit of Christopher Arthur Morales because we haven't had any of this all week. So,
But do we want that?
We don't. We don't. But
so you want to do it anyway?
Just to stay consistent.
So you still want
This
to
is
go?
not Greg.
I'm
This is
trying
not-
to stop you. But you really want to still continue to throw somebody else under the bus?
It's just, Cappy, let me tell you, this is so hard to
Greg,
say.
don't listen. It's just me and Lindsay now.
Catch every buzzer beater and bracket busting moment. Like buzzer beater bracket busting. Wow. Is that wacky or what? Like, who comes up with this?
I don't
Can
know,
we just
but whoever
stop
it is.
throng people? I was trying to do it nice and funny, but let's stop throwing
I thought
people
that
under
was
the bus.
funny. I'm not
That was
throwing anyone
funny.
under the bus. I just think it was buzzer beater bracket busting. Sure is a tongue twister. That's all. It's a lot.
It's a lot of
So let's talk about the
alliteration.
Dodgers, Cappy.
Yeah,
I'm tired of this.
Somebody fire up the
Yeah,
organ.
this- The
Fire
Dodgers.
it up. All right, Bergie. Blue Review is back now, 6:30 every morning on YouTube. Looking good. By the way, when I kind of go into the Switcher studio, which is at around like 6:45 a.m., and you guys are on Blue Review, does that distract you guys? Do you guys even know that I'm there?
No, I don't know you at all that you're there.
Okay, because when I get on, I forget, and then I'm like, oh wait, these guys are in the middle of the Blue Review. I better get out of here before I make a bunch of noise.
Jonathan Martin knows exactly what he's doing, and he makes it so it's very clear that you are on a different side, and we are just talking to each other. He does a great job of making sure we don't get you on there.
Shout out to John. He had a beautiful schmata that he's been wearing around on his head here recently, like the one that I wore last Friday at VisionWorks. And he's also been wearing a very, very comfy feeling, like fleecy kind of jacket that every time I hug up on him, I don't want to let go of him because it's just so comfy and cozy. Right, John? You know that. All right. Talk to us, Bergie. What's the latest? What Dodger news do we need today?
Well, what did you hear when you came into the Blue Review this morning?
Oh,
Was
I
there
didn't hear anything. I
Okay.
literally walked in for a second, went, oops, I don't want to interrupt the Blue Review. I turned around and left.
Right, okay. No worries. We talked about a few things, but a little bit about how the Dodgers beat Mexico yesterday. And it's just, what does that say anything about Mexico as a team, or does it say about the Dodgers that they could still beat a team like that despite the fact that you don't have any of your star players playing?
The Dodgers didn't have any of their star players playing?
It was Dalton Rushing. Dalton Rushing was good. That's great.
Okay.
But
Paez hit a home run, I think, right?
Yeah, Paez hit a home run and a triple.
Okay.
So I just think it's just interesting now that we're getting into the WBC that it's teams you're showing who you're going to beat. Like the USA team, it beat San Francisco the other day 15-1, and then they beat the Rockies yesterday 14-1. Obviously not everybody's playing on the Rockies or the Giants, but still destroyed them because they're so good. And the Dodgers team that doesn't have other players is still beating a legit team.
So I will admit that I am not like studying the rosters of these teams. I'm kind of stoked for for the World Baseball Classic. I think a lot of the reason is like I was watching a little bit of that Dominican Republic game, which was a I guess I'll call it a preseason WBC game, and it was down in Miami, and the fans were nuts, absolutely crazy. Now I don't know. Last night I was watching the Australia-Chinese Taipei game. And I only know Chinese Taipei from like the Little League World Series. I don't even know the difference between China and Chinese Taipei. I'm not really sure. But there were like 50,000 people at this game. And I don't know if you guys know where this game was played last night. I don't. But it was somewhere. It wasn't in the United States. It was somewhere else around the world where they were playing that game last night.
I can find out. But yeah. It's probably somewhere over near. I think it was in Australia.
All I know is that Travis Bazzana, one of the top prospects for the Gardos, hit a home run for Team Australia yesterday.
Okay, how about that?
Nice.
How about that? I guess the reason I was even bringing any of this up was because here's the thing, Bergie. You tell me. If the Dodgers played Team Mexico yesterday and won, and they didn't have any of their star players, Shohei is with Japan. Any of the other Japanese Dodger pitchers with Japan?
Yeah, Yamamoto.
Okay, Yamamoto's there, but Roki's in camp with the Dodgers, right? Yeah. Okay. So, and then from the U.S. side of things,
Will Smith is over with Team USA.
Okay.
So is Clayton Kershaw, even though he's not on the Dodgers anymore, but he did give up a home run.
He did. Very true.
Yeah, if Christopher were here, he'd laugh at that.
To Mickey Moniak.
He gave up a home run to Mickey Moniak?
Mickey Moniak.
Wait, who was Mickey Moniak playing for?
The Rockies.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. I was like, wait, I got confused. There's no way Mickey Moniak is playing in the World Baseball Classic.
It's a little confusing because you got the regular teams, but they're like the minor league teams or some of the bench guys or whatever playing against actual countries filled with stars. So it is kind of confusing.
I'm a little confused about one thing related to Clayton Kershaw.
What's that? Why he's not pitching for the Dodgers, but he is in the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah.
Well, he said that's it. He doesn't think his arm can handle a whole season. He can do a couple more games. That's it.
But I have a question. Why is he on the World Baseball Classic team when he's now a retired MLB player?
Because you don't have to be active in the MLB to play in the World Baseball Classic.
Okay, that's fair. I'll buy that. But is he really a top-level player that is going to help the USA win?
No. And that's why he was pitching in their exhibition/warm-up game.
Okay, so he's just sort of there as a symbolic, ceremonial, hey, you were a great player. You know, we'll just have, because, you know, you got some of these guys like Skubal who said, I'm not pitching very much at all. So
Kershaw isn't even expected to pitch again, really. That was kind of like it.
Okay, so he's just like the senior member of the team that's just sort of there.
You know what he's there
Bergie,
for?
do you agree with this or no?
Not especially.
Which part?
That he's
part
not going to pitch again?
You think he might come back and pitch for the Dodgers again?
No. He's not. No. For Team USA. I mean, they'll find a spot for him to get an inning or something like that. It probably wouldn't be high leverage or anything like that, but he's still going to find time. They're going to get him out there. He's on Team USA because he just wanted to pitch for his home country. That's all it basically was.
I mean, he got enough clout that they'll put him on the team.
Yeah, my whole thing was always that it's just a me thing. I would never begrudge someone for playing for their country, but one of my favorite moments for Clayton Kershaw is ending his career in the 14th inning of the World Series. I believe it was the 14th. In the 14th, getting an out in the World Series that was a massive out. And I don't want him to go out there and give up a home run to Mickey Moniak and people thinking, oh, his last pitch was giving up a home run.
Well, he's listed as according to himself, a break glass in case of emergency player.
Right.
And that they're only going to use him and there's like a blowout or something.
He's a veteran presence that's there, and it's just to be a part of the team.
Hey, by the way, no shame in giving up a home run to Mickey Moniak. Mickey Moniak was the number 1 overall pick of the Philadelphia Phillies coming out of high school. And while he has not necessarily lived up to being the number 1 overall pick, he had a couple of decent years in Anaheim. Mm-hmm. And then he got traded, I want to say, to the Rockies. And, as I recall, last year he was their starting right fielder for the Rockies. But he started a lot in center field when Mike Trout was hurt for the Angels.
I think you could start in right field for the Rockies this year. Or last year. They were horrible. Everybody can. But I fully admit it was a Travis Rodgers thing. He brought it up to me yesterday, and he put it on the show, his DeMarco and Travis show yesterday. But I thought it was really interesting. If you took the Team USA and put it up against the Dodger team of 2026, that means you get Shohei back, Yamamoto back, take Will Smith, put him at catcher. You put them next to each other and put them in a 7-game series. Who wins that?
My gut is always the team that has the consistency and the winning pedigree. And if you took Will Smith back and you took Clayton Kershaw off the team, because I'm looking, I don't see any other, like Freddie Freeman's not on the USA team as far as I can tell.
No, it's just those two. But then you still get like from Team Japan, you would get Shohei and Yamamoto back, and you'd have a full complement. Edwin Diaz would come back.
I mean, I'm just looking at I would be inclined to take the Dodgers over Team USA. And people probably are like, "Oh, that's a homer pick." It's not a homer pick at all. I mean, I'm not a Dodger homer, but I just look at the roster of the USA team, and look, it's all the kind of stars that you would expect. But
Cal Raleigh, Alex Bregman, Bobby Witt Jr., Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge,
Paul Goldschmidt,
Pete Armstrong, Byron Buxton, Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah,
I mean they have and Paul Skeens and Mason Miller, your guy Mason Miller. And Logan Webb and Tarek Skubal. It's a really, really good team, probably the best team that USA has ever put out. Mm-hmm. And we still look at it and go, the Dodgers would make that a series, if not win it. It would be close. If Team USA came out on top, would not be surprised, but it's super close.
It would be a lot of fun, actually.
It would.
It would be a lot of fun. Full-strength Dodgers against full-strength Team USA.
In a 7-game series? That'd be amazing.
How about full-strength Dodgers against Team Puerto Rico?
Who's on Team Puerto Rico?
Dominican Republic. That's the good team.
That's actually another good one. That's another good team.
Puerto Rico got all those Bad Bunny cleats, by the way. He donated the whole team cleats with the Bad Bunny. Yeah. They're really cool.
Take a look at the team.
So they have Sandy Alcantara. They have Christopher Sanchez, very, very good pitcher. Let's look at the batters they have behind the plate.
Machado.
Austin Wells, Machado, Junior Caminero, really good. Vladdy Jr., really good. Ketel Marte is really good. Wow, this is a really good team. Carlos Santana is still. Geraldo Perdomo is really good. That's a really
How
good
about
team.
you didn't mention Juan Soto? You didn't
Juan
mention
Soto.
Fernando Tatis.
I hadn't gotten to the outfield yet.
Oh, all right. Well, I went ahead.
It's called Tatis.
Yeah. I mean,
Tatis, Junior Lake, Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto, O'Neal Cruz. That's a really good team too.
But this is why the World Baseball Classic, for anybody that's not into it, I'm not here to sell it to you. But for me, I'm super interested in the World Baseball Classic this year.
I went to some games when it was in Arizona. Arizona, what was that? Probably 10 years ago now, 12 years ago maybe?
Yeah, what is this? I want to say the World Baseball Classic started in, I want to say like 2006, 2008. Somebody would have to fact check me on that. But now, I mean, between the USA, the Dominican Republic, and Japan, I would think those have got to be your three favorites in the World Baseball Classic. But this could be... For a bunch of guys that all play in MLB that are not in regular season shape just yet, you got to fire up and get going and get started much, much earlier than before. And I don't know that we're going to see everybody in their like game 150 best shape possible. But you take these three teams between the Dominican Republic, the USA, and Japan, and I mean, I got to think it comes down to those three, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it's those three are legit. I mean, there's still going to be good teams that could possibly surprise, but those are your three favorites right there. And Team USA is the favorite overall, but Japan is always extraordinarily good, and this team that's a
and Dominican is not far behind. I mean, so it's USA is the favorite, Japan is second, Dominican is third, Venezuela's fourth.
Wow.
Puerto Rico, Mexico, Canada, Korea, Colombia, Cuba, and Italy. Team Italy, plus 8,000.
Korea last night, this morning actually, at 2 o'clock in the morning. 11-4 beat up on Czechia. Haesung Kim, Dodgers second baseman.
Wait, they beat up on Czechia?
Czechia.
Czechia has a baseball team in the World Baseball Classic.
Sure everyone has a team in the Baseball Classic.
How many teams are in the World Baseball Classic?
Oh, let's see.
You always ask these questions.
5 per pool. Well, there's 5 per pool.
And by the way, Lindsay, it's kind of more of a rhetorical question because I don't think you guys know because I don't know.
20.
So 2006 was the first year. I went to the one in 2009 because one of the rounds was in Scottsdale, and I was covering spring training at the time. And you know what's funny? I actually there was not a lot of people at this game because it was one of the pool, like the earlier rounds where it was an exhibition. And I got hit with a foul ball. I was sitting with my friend in the outfield, and I had my legs up on the seat in front of me. And we were just by the foul pole, and I got hit on my thigh with a foul ball, and I had to have like ice brought to me by the emergency room because it hurt so bad. And I had this huge welt. It was disgusting.
Well, you got to make that play. I mean, you see a ball coming right at you. You got to make that play.
Well, I put my legs up. I went and like put my legs up.
Supposed to be texting, man.
So it wouldn't. No, I wasn't texting. I just
taking selfies and stuff.
No, but it was miserable. It hurt really bad. So never get hit by a foul ball.
All right, I do think there are 20 teams in the World Baseball Classic.
Yep,
I think that's
20.
how it goes.
Yep, 4 pools, 5 teams each.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Pool D is in Miami, and I am looking at this pool. You got the Dominican Republic, the Netherlands, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and the team that I'm rooting for to bring it all home, Team Israel. That's right, Team Israel, baby. The Matzo Ballers.
The Matzo Ball. Did you get that shirt, by the way? Because they might not be around
hoodie,
long enough for you to wear it.
I'm getting the hoodie, and I haven't ordered it yet, but I am getting the hoodie, the Matzo Ballers.
If Israel gets out, that would be a huge upset. That'd be great.
It'd be great if, like, Israel beat Italy in the World Baseball Classic final. Two countries that you're like, I didn't even know they played baseball in either of those places.
All right, Cappy,
Israel and Czechia.
You want to get to the Lindsay segment here? I got kind of a World Baseball Classic related story for you.
Let's do it. Here we go. It's time for the Lindsay segment here on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
That's right. We always play a TV theme, and this one is from Entourage, which I don't remember if that show holds up or not, but it was pretty good when it first came around.
I still love Entourage.
That show came out on this day back in
No, it's Connolly's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Whose birthday?
Kevin Connolly's birthday.
Oh, really?
Happy birthday to
Kev.
him. He's 52. I know he's a listener because everyone's always listening.
That's right.
So this first story I wanted to bring up on the basis of the World Baseball Classic. So, this year it's being aired on Netflix.
Oh, really?
And, yes, that's where they're playing all of the actual pool rounds. Only on Netflix. And recently, Netflix released a statement saying that they want its services to be limited to the customer's personal, non-commercial use. We would like customers to refrain from using it for commercial purposes. And basically, they haven't announced anything to, as far as, cracking down on, sports bars and stuff like that. But don't you guys remember when last year they had those Dodger games in Japan that were being played at, 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, some crazy time. And places like Cosm and sports bars around here were airing those games because, people wanted to see Ohtani. People wanted to see the Dodgers. Even though it was an early season game at 3 in the morning, people went and they packed these places. So now for the World Baseball Classic, which, people want to go out and support their country, they're telling people you can't do that. They're telling all the sports bars and all the gathering places that you'd think to go to, you can't do that.
Why?
So I guess Netflix is trying to just something with they didn't put into place any of these licensing agreements or terms as far as being able to, how they sell the TVs and stuff like that when you're watching Monday Night Football or whatever. The carriers charge the establishment. They didn't do anything like that for Netflix. So basically, they're just telling people hey, don't do this. So
wait, what's the consequence of doing it?
Well, I don't know. That's what they haven't said. So it'll be interesting to see if they're actually going to enforce it or not, because they're telling people you can't watch it in a sports bar.
Oh, yeah? If I owned a sports bar and Team USA was playing Team Mexico, or if I owned a sports bar in L.A. or San Diego and Team Mexico is playing, and I know I've got a big crowd of people that want to see Team Mexico play, I'm putting it on TV. So what are they going to do to me?
So there is a bar in Japan, I guess, that said it's a really popular sports bar where the last World Baseball Classic, they got huge crowds for it. They said that they're telling customers that since they're not allowed to broadcast it commercially, customers can bring in their own streaming devices, such as a Fire Stick or a Roku. They can plug them into TV at the bar, log in using their personal accounts to watch the games.
That's a brilliant idea, because I was thinking the exact same thing. Okay, so the bar I want to go to is not allowed to show the game. Otherwise, they're facing some sort of fine, let's call it, right? And I walk in and I go, well, how about if I stream or beam or whatever it is? How about if I put my phone and I connect it on the Wi-Fi to your TV? Can I watch it then? But it's not you showing it. It's me streaming, beaming.
Right. So they're making it, at least this place, is making it the responsibility of the patrons and not the actual establishments themselves, which that's pretty smart. But I guess it'll be interesting to see if anywhere around here is going to do that. Because, that's what people do, especially when you're watching baseball. You're going to want to go watch it with your buddies. Yeah.
Well, I'll just say this. If you are a fan of Team USA, they're playing in Houston, so I don't think you're going to have to worry about any of these 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. kind of games. If you are a fan of Team Mexico, you are also in Pool B with the USA, and you're playing in Houston as well. So you don't have to worry about that. These other games are in San Juan, Puerto Rico, so that's Eastern time. So that's no big deal. We're kind of accustomed to that. But Pool C is in Tokyo.
Right.
So that one could maybe
Japan
screw
is
up
a favorite.
your,
that team is one of the favorites, obviously, to win. So it could screw things up. But again, regardless of what time of day it is, you're not going to be able to go to bars and watch with groups of people. So that kind of stinks.
It does. Yeah. I just don't know if, how people go for soccer matches at 6 o'clock in the morning and will go to a sports bar. Will people do that?
People did it for Team USA hockey, right, for the Olympics. Didn't they?
I don't know. I watched at home. I did wake up, though, at 4:30 in the morning to watch a 5 a.m. hockey game.
So, obviously, with the East Coast, they were, 3 hours ahead of us. So, I can't remember. I think it was on at 5 a.m. our time, correct? The hockey final?
Yep.
Okay, so 8 a.m. Eastern time. I did see a lot of stuff on Twitter about the bars in New York where there was an exception granted in New York City for their alcohol times, serving times, because they were opening at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. to be able to watch those games. The hockey game. So I mean, that was a thing. Even though 8 a.m. is a lot different than 5 a.m., that was a thing where people were gathering in bars to watch it that early. So
I don't know. Friday night, you could watch USA versus Brazil at 8 o'clock on Fox. You could do that. Also, Friday afternoon, 1 o'clock. That's Eastern time, 10 a.m. You could watch Mexico versus Great Britain on FS1. The USA-Brazil game is also Eastern time. So 5 o'clock on Friday, USA versus Brazil. It's on TV.
Well, they're all streaming on Netflix, though.
Every game is streaming on Netflix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if it's on Fox and you go to a sports bar, can't they be showing the USA-Brazil game?
I mean, I guess.
Hey, Netflix, please, bro. I'm not paying. Listen, you're not telling me what to do. Netflix.
All right, so another story that I know that you're very interested in, Cappy. United Airlines is cracking down on loud people and what I would like to call obnoxious people, bothersome people. So they updated their policy to require passengers to use headphones while listening to audio or watching video. This was actually added to their official contract carriage last week. So that means if you buy a ticket for a United flight, they can actually remove you from a flight or ban you permanently if you're not following the rules.
Good. See, I'm all for this. See,
I am too.
I wanted to talk about this yesterday during Dealer's Choice, but we had Parker. And Parker was, taken off from the team and going to his new job. And we kind of cleared out that time for a little bit of Parker love. Shout out to my man. But I would be... Okay, let me ask you guys. If I said to you, pick any airline that you want to fly, what's your preferred airline?
Delta.
Okay,
yeah, Delta's the best, but I always fly United because they're the only ones that go direct from LA to Cleveland.
Okay, Delta, United, Bergie, your preferred airline. Are you a Spirit guy like me?
If I can go on Spirit and it's a short distance, absolutely. But Delta, American, fine.
Yeah, so United is good. I like United, but United now is saying to people, if you're on our plane and you are watching something or you're on a phone call and it's on speakerphone and it is disruptive to other passengers, we reserve the right to kick you off the plane.
No refund, too. No refund.
Good. I was sitting next to a guy on the plane. I was in I'm on 16A and he's in 15D, and we're literally right across from each other, one row away. This young kid is playing this video. And I'm telling you, every other word in this video was the N-word. And I'm like, I want to, if I had any guts at all, I'd be like, hey, man, do you mind? Hey, man, do you mind, babe? I mean, come on, man. This guy, I'm telling you, he's watching a video. Every other word is the N-word. And I'm like, I just can't believe this guy would be doing this in public out loud like this. And nobody, I don't have the guts, of course, because I'm a big wimp, but spineless, just big giant wimp. God forbid I just tap the guy on the shoulder. Hey, man, that's kind of loud, and that's some really offensive language. Could you maybe not have that on speakerphone?
I'm surprised you wouldn't say something.
I'm a wimp.
I think they also give you headphones if you request, if you ask for them. But
they do.
Right, but then if I have an iPhone that does not have the USB-C, I can't use headphones. What kind of headphones are they going to give me?
That's your problem, buddy.
Right, but again, I'm going to ask for headphones because I don't want to play it loud. But how are your headphones going to be compatible with whatever phone
They're not. They're not. But here's the thing. Let's say you're on a call, right? You're on a phone call, and the person that's on the other end of the phone is on speakerphone, and I have to listen to your entire conversation. It's very, very annoying. Yeah. I'll tell you, man, I was in an airport just a couple weeks ago when I was coming back from the Super Bowl, and there was a table sitting right behind me, and this guy is on the phone, and he's yelling, and the person on the other end of the phone is yelling. I'm like, and I'm because, of course, I'm too much of a wimp to even say anything, but I kept turning around, thinking that they would feel my energy. Yeah, they'd feel oh, my bad. People who watch things on their phone out loud without headphones are rude. They're selfish. They're unaware. And you know what? I applaud United Airlines to the point where when I fly, I would consider United Airlines first and foremost. Thank you, United.
I agree completely. 100%.
Kick them off.
Kick them off. Ban them for life because, I even had a mom who was letting her kid listen to or watch Bluey or SpongeBob or something at full blast. And I wanted to be like, this isn't offensive. It's just annoying. And I was trying to sleep. So now, I bring my noise canceling. I have the AirPods with the noise canceling. And so I'll just sleep with those. But sometimes it's still not enough. So, yeah. Good for
It's
United.
it's just rude. It is just absolutely
rude.
rude to be walking around an airport with your phone on speakerphone and the person who's on the other end of the phone blabbing away, and you're sitting in the area, getting ready at the gate, and everybody has to listen to your phone call. Why do you think we all need to listen to your phone call?
One final thing on this, like, how about when people are driving with their phone super loud in their car and you hear the conversation at red light? When you
Yes.
Oh, that's funny, though.
Oh,
That's just funny.
That's
Right.
just annoying too, though.
Or the guy who pulls up to the red light when you're on your call, and he's bumping the music real loud, and you got to close your windows, and then he gives you a dirty look, like what, you don't
Jorge,
like my
Like me
music?
on my
in his Civic?
That's right. That's
He's
you
like-
and your Civic.
Like 2 subs in the back? Yeah.
Love
man.
it. All right, Cappy, that is the Lindsay segment brought to you by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale. Beats wholesale. Homeboy.
Homeboy.
All right, and I'm going to read the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff calendar for the day. Every day, tell at least one person something you like about them. How often do you remember or take the time to tell people how much you like, admire, or appreciate them? For many people, it's not often enough. I like that one, too. I like all of these. It's great. It's great
great.
advice, you know?
The only reason I'm giggling is because Sedano just sent his boarding pass, which A, has his TSA pre-check on it, so I checked on that, and B, he's flying United today from what is probably like JFK or Newark or wherever
Newark.
he's at, and on his way to Boston. And George understands. He's listening right now. Thank you, Georgie. That flying United. Is United the Friendly Skies? The
No,
friendly,
I think that's
who's that?
Southwest, isn't it?
No, Southwest is not the Friendly Skies, are they?
I thought they were. I don't know. Who knows? That's
Fly
not even
the
a thing
Friendly
anymore.
Skies. Does anybody know who the Friendly Skies are?
Google it. Ask ChatGPT. By the way, Cappy.
It's in the airport. I just know that.
If
Airline.
if you're injured in an accident, call Jacob. 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789 or call jacob.com. I know, Cappy, you wanted to get to this Aaron Rodgers stuff, but I think that, you know, we could push the football one until tomorrow.
I'm going to save it for George for tomorrow.
However,
Yeah.
I do want to play one thing that he mentioned about his private life and having stalkers, because I did not know this. I actually, happened to find this in our internal audio database here at Disney. So I'm going to play what he said about his private life.
We're not living, at the beach anymore. Part of it is I have legitimate stalkers, and I don't say that lightly or flippantly. I've been getting stalked at my house for about a year and a half when I was living there. Not just that, but stalked at the coffee shop I would frequent, the gym at Proactive that I would go to, which was really bizarre. It still is. And then the paparazzi was stalking me for a long time, flying drones over my house. I don't post on X. Like, I'm not a social media guy anymore. So I only know about this stuff because of my sweet sister Mia.
So Aaron Rodgers has stalkers, and I feel bad for this guy. I know a lot of people don't like him, but you know what? It's kind of crazy that he said he can't even go out and get a cup of coffee without being stalked in his own, hometown.
Yeah, I think he's talking about a house that he had
In
I believe
Malibu.
In Malibu,
Yeah. Mhm.
So, hey, look, I mean, people who is he talking about like a weirdo stalker, or is he just talking about paparazzi stalkers?
Well, he said in addition to an actual stalker, there's paparazzi, so there's both things.
Yeah, wow, that's weird. But then again, the paparazzi aside, that's kind of what they do. But a real stalker, that could be like a little bit scary,
Very scary, not just
Yeah.
a little bit. That's very scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, people leave the athletes, alone, and the tweeting and the stalking and stuff. It's a lot of times it's people that are like, "Hey man, I lost my
Hey,
bet
man.
because of you.
Yeah.
Get it together."
Yeah.
I couldn't deal with that if I were an athlete.
By the way, Cappy. Fly the Friendly Skies. United.
Yeah, thought
You were
so.
right. Okay, there
I'm
you
on
go.
fire today.
Wrong.
I'm on
Wrong.
fire. I don't know.
Wrong.
I know. Even Sedano told me I was right twice.
That's 3 rights today, Cappy.
I know. That's honestly like somebody take their hat off and throw it at me, will you? I mean, that's a hat trick for me right there. That is a hat trick.
Like
All
Odd
right?
Job?
Yeah. What?
Odd Job from James Bond.
From
That's
James
what
Bond.
he did. He would
Threw
take
a
his hat off.
and it
and-
would cut them.
Yeah.
Cut off their head.
I just watched James Bond last week.
Can I do a very, very quick dealer's choice?
Go for it.
All right. I don't mean to end on a sad note today. I really don't. But I got to make a quick mention here. Dealer's Choice Real Deal brought to you by Seller's Advantage. If you want to sell your house before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it with an as-is competitive cash offer. No repairs needed, and they make selling easy at 888-390-AS-IS. Call them for that no-obligation offer. Shout out to our friend Damon Lyons, the CEO of Seller's Advantage. Hey, yesterday, Lou Holtz died. Anybody here, like, did that register on anybody's radar that Lou Holtz died yesterday?
He was a legendary coach, and he was on, like ESPN for a long time. It was great, but if you would have told me he was passed a little while ago, I would have been like, oh yeah, that's right. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize.
I loved Lou Holtz in a weird kind of way. Lou Holtz, here's the story for you, Bergie. You'll like this. In 1988, I know it's a long time ago, I'm an 18-year-old freshman in college. So go back a year. In 1987, I'm a senior in high school. And now I have signed my scholarship to play football at Pitt. And in 1987, the Heisman Trophy winner was Tim Brown from Notre Dame. So when I took my Chevette and I pulled it onto the track at my high school, and I pulled out my speakers, and I was out there working out on the field by myself, I had these visions of kicking the football off and making sure that Tim Brown could never return any of these kickoffs. Turns out the following year they had another guy named Rocket Ishmael, who actually turned out to be another great kick returner. But in 1988, Notre Dame won the national championship. And I know it's been documented. There was that ESPN 30 for 30, like convicts versus Catholics, and how Miami and Notre Dame were headed on a collision course. But in 1987, the year before, my team Pitt had gone to Notre Dame and had beaten Notre Dame and really ruined their season. So when they came to Pitt in 1988, they had revenge on their minds. And we had it was a back and forth game, and we had a running back fumble a ball going into the end zone in the first quarter, and we had our quarterback fumble the ball going into the end zone at the end of the second quarter. And it was a close game back and forth, and me and their kicker, we were going back and forth, hitting field goals and keeping our teams in it. And then we had a 12-man on the field penalty on a punt, and they got a first down. And then they ran, I think it was Jerome Bettis ran for a touchdown. Maybe it wasn't Jerome Bettis. Maybe it was Tony Rice. Anyway, one of those guys ran for a touchdown, and that buried us, and they wound up winning the game. They wound up winning the national championship that year. Lou Holtz, I don't know if anybody's ever read it. I'm guessing nobody's ever read this book, but he wrote a whole book about the 1988 season for Notre Dame and winning the national championship, and he describes chapter for chapter all the different games. And he has, like, I'm in his book. I was always flattered. I was like, wow, he put me in his book. Just about, he's like, hey, this unknown guy from Pitt kicking these field goals, keeping them alive. And I got to know Lou Holtz later on because my old radio partner is a guy named Billy Ray Smith who played for Lou Holtz at Arkansas back in like the late 70s, early 80s. And Lou, every time he would come into town, we'd all get together and have an opportunity to hang out with him. I got to know him, not a lot, just a little bit. But what a life, what a legend. Not just a great football coach. You know, those Arkansas teams, by the way, you know who's one of his graduate assistant coaches back in those Arkansas days was Pete Carroll. So Lou Holtz touches so many generations of football, NFL football, college football. What a life Lou Holtz led. And just wanted to say that, a lot of us were thinking about Lou Holtz.
Yep.
Rest in peace. All right, Cappy, that's it for today. We'll see you mañana, Friday, for the Bleep It Friday edition of the Sedano Kap Morning Show. We'll talk to you same bat place, same bat time tomorrow.
Peace out, everybody.
Wrong.